Sports presents Friday Night Football.
Boswell Media Sports presents Leake Academy Rebel Football. Now, here is the voice of the Rebels,
Philip Palmertree.
It's Week 7 of Leake Academy football on Friday, September 29. Last Friday night, the Rebels were hoping to log back-to-back home wins, but 6th-ranked Copiah Academy took control of a close contest in the second quarter and outscored LA 20-0 before halftime and cruised to a 47-21 win. Once again, it was the Leake aerial attack that was the bright spot for the night. Sophomore QB George Wilcox completed 23 passes for 273 yards and connected with Matthew Nowell for not one, not two, but 3 touchdowns. Wilcox also found wide receiver Mathen Weaver early and often against Copiah, as Weaver compiled 127 receiving yards on 8 catches. Tonight, the Rebels step outside of District 2 action one more time as they step over to the Delta for a rare regular season meeting with Pillow Academy. Like Leake, the Mustangs have experienced some growing pains. They've got a young roster combined with a tough schedule. And Pillow is 2-4 with wins over Lee and Heritage. Leake and Pillow see tonight's contest in Greenwood as a golden opportunity to get a win and secure a playoff berth as October approaches. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the T&K Farms Woodmiser pregame. I'm Philip Palmertree. Billy Steen is our studio producer. Scott Engel will join us a little bit later. We all thank you for listening on Cruisin' 98, the Cruisin' 98 mobile app, and the live stream at Kicks96news.com. You can watch tonight's broadcast on the Edinburgh Drugs video stream. That's available also at Kicks96news.com. Clicking that link takes you to the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. Tonight's broadcast is powered by Central Electric Power Association. There's a whole lot in store for you before kickoff at the top of the hour. I'll give you the Prince Oil starting lineups, and Scott Engel's going to help us check out the key matchups in tonight's game between Leake and Pillow. But first, a visit with the Rebels head coach Brian Pickens. We've got all that and a whole lot more straight ahead as the T&K Farms Woodmiser pregame continues from Boswell Media Sports.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Baptist League Rural Health Clinics have a variety of healthcare options with primary care, pediatrics, and women's health. Providing care at 3 locations in Carthage, Walnut Grove, and Madden. Call 601-267-1470 today to schedule your appointment. Extended hours and Saturdays are available at our primary care clinic located in Carthage. Baptist League, making your health care our #1 priority.
You can't get much for $5 these days, unless you go to Wendy's for a $5 Biggie Bag. Get your choice of double stack, junior bacon cheeseburger, or crispy chicken sandwich, plus 4-piece nugs, junior fry, and a small soft drink, all for just $5.
You got that bag, you got that Biggie Bag, you got that bag.
That was smooth, wasn't it? That's how you're gonna feel when you get that Biggie Bag at Wendy's.
You got that bag, you got that bag.
U.S. price and participation may vary.
West Side Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is West Side Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
What is the value of an independent insurance agent? We don't work for any one insurance company. Instead, we work for our clients. We sell insurance from multiple companies, and that means at South Group Cox Agency, you always have an expert on your side who can find you the best policy and rates for you and your family. Now is the time to come by and let us at South Group Cox give you a free quote. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. South Group Cox Agency, 207 West Main Street in Carthage.
Here we go with the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame kickoff between your Leake Academy Rebels and the Pillow Mustangs from Greenwood. Coach, thank you for being a part of pregame.
Great to be a part of it.
Let's start off, as we always do, by taking a quick look over our shoulder at last week's game. We had a second straight home game, and we were hoping to make it 2 in a row at home after beating Heritage. We faced one of the best clubs in the state, the Copiah Colonels, in the ball game. And, Coach, we got off, I thought, in a lot of ways to a good start in that first quarter and showed we could play toe-to-toe with them. But they did what good ball clubs do. They got physical and got in control of the game, didn't they?
Oh, they've got a really good program. And, you don't want to talk about moral victories, but, after the game, kind of, you reflect, you're watching the film, and, you're sitting there thinking that other than prep, nobody's really scored over 2 times on them. So if you took the points they've given up, prep leads that, then we were number 2. They played some good teams this year. So they've got an outstanding group. Like I said, I saw a lot of good things from our guys, especially the first half. I saw a lot of good things. And, that's just something we've got to build on. I think everybody understood that Copiah had a good football program. They got a bunch of, really good players, and they got a lot of guys down there with a lot of experience. And, so we knew going into the season that was going to be, one of their tougher games for us. And I thought our kids, came out, did a good job, executed. We tied it up, and it was kind of close there. And we had a turnover there just before halftime that led to points, and then they got the ball second half that led to points, and so we were, in a big hole. And but I thought our kids kept playing. That's the biggest thing. And if I give this group the biggest compliment I give anybody is they keep playing, even when things aren't going their way. They keep playing hard. You don't see any lay down in them. And as a coach, you can't ask for any more. And that means that as we keep going through this season, that you're gonna see it just continue. It just becomes a habit that you just play hard. And then that's going to go into the future for a lot of these young guys. But so as bad as you want to win them all and do well, you have to, as we talked about on the coach's show, kind of your lessons you learn. You have to take what you do well and continue to work on that, build that foundation from that. And, what you're messing up on, you got to continue to go out there every week and work to eliminate those mistakes.
Well, once again, we saw the passing game as a bright spot. Your sophomore quarterback, George Wilcox, completed 23 passes for 270 yards, 3 touchdowns to Matthew Nowell last Friday night, and he threw for better than 300 the week before. So that's about 600 yards in 2 weeks. What do you attribute the consistency and success that we're starting to see on the field with the passing game?
Just maturity, experience, that type of stuff. You got to think, George comes in as a sophomore quarterback. Now, he had a few games last year that he started in for us as a 9th grader. But, that was 1 or 2 games that he started for us. And so, you come in as a 10th grader and you've gone through 7-on-7, things like that. And it's just a different atmosphere. 7-on-7 is great for timing, but then it becomes live. And, and he's done a good job for us. We have put the ball up in there a lot, and he's got very few interceptions. And to me, that's a great attribute to him. He's not going to do stupid things with the football. You can trust him, and he's going to take care of the football. And what I've seen out of him is just that experience level. He's just making him better and better. The receiver, same way. A lot of us, Ben, had some big catches for us last year. Weaver was a sophomore last year. He had a few big catches for us, but this year, with Nowell would come in some for us last year. Jack Hargan's been in there. Everything was new and fresh to him. Major Chandler being a 10th grader, everything, our 9th grader, actually, everything's, new and fresh to him. So it just takes a while for them to see live coverage. Quarterbacks now sometimes gets flushed out of the pocket. So now you've got to move with your quarterback. And we're starting to see that happening. We're starting to see that experience and them just getting familiar with each other in live competition. And it's fun to start to watch it, And I think, like I said, I think it's something that will just develop as we continue throughout the year.
Up next, Coach and I will talk a little bit more about quarterback play for the Rebel offense. That and a whole lot more on the TNK Farms Wood-Mizer pregame.
Register to win a 70-inch smart TV during the end of summer savings sale at Woodstock Furniture Value Center. Bedrooms plus free mattress $7.98. Living rooms just $6.98. Dining sets only $3.98. And queen mattresses $1.99. Kings $2.99. Plus, it's all backed by our low price and same-day delivery guarantee with no credit needed and no money down. Only at Woodstock Furniture Value Center in Meridian, Philadelphia, and WoodstockValueCenter.com.
It was my turn. I oversaw the ordering of our family reunion custom t-shirts. I had no idea what I wanted, but the girls at InSports were so helpful. They showed me several ideas and colors that made my decision much easier, and the prices were very reasonable. Thank you to InSports for filling my order quickly. You'll always be my go-to for personalized t-shirts. Check out their Facebook page to see more cool things they personalize. InSports, Beacon Street, Philadelphia.
Neshoba County Co-op knows that opening day at dove season is one of the most anticipated and popular hunting days of the year. It brings family and friends together. Dove season's one of the first hunting opportunities of fall as the long and hot Mississippi summer ends. Get on over to Neshoba County Co-op today. They've got everything you need to make the big day a huge success. Neshoba County Co-op, 338 Main Street, Philadelphia.
At Pelahatchie.
T&K Farms Wood-Mizer is Mississippi's Wood-Mizer sawmill equipment dealership. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer sells the complete Wood-Mizer equipment line from small personal sawmills to the industrial equipment lineup. T&K Farms stocks parts and has experienced factory-trained service technicians with both in-shop and mobile service available. See T&K Farms Wood-Mizer to start your sawmill business today. Credit cards are accepted for all services. Like them on Facebook. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer, just off Highway 25 at 1128 Liberty Road, Louisville, 662-803-4332.
Welcome back to the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame. Rebel head coach Brian Pickens is still with us, and we've already in the previous segment talked some about the maturing process at quarterback for George Wilcox. If you would, talk a little bit more about him and what he brings to this team, and also about Warner Young, who we've had to call on in action earlier in the year. And so take us inside the Leake Academy quarterback room.
George has some, great years in junior high for us, throwing the football. George has got a big arm. That's the way you describe one like that. He's got a big arm. But he's got a quick release. And so that's what you want out of a quarterback. And when I say quick release, you hear a lot of people talk about quick game and they'll, say, why don't we do more quick game, or why don't we do more intermediate game? People don't understand that you've got to have such a strong arm to do that, because in high school, you're throwing into a lot of stuff. You've got linebackers underneath. So if you're going to try to throw a hitch, that hitch has to get out there. You got to think you're throwing a hitch from one hash mark, almost to the top of the numbers. Now, don't get me to doing math, but that's a pretty long throw. And it's got to get out there and let your receiver catch it, and then let him be able to turn up the field to do something. You sure don't want it floating out there. Now people can pick it off, out routes, things like that. They're just very dangerous for, as we say, pick six, type pass plays. George allows us to be able to do that. He's got that quick release and strong arm that gets it out there. And so he makes the underneath game go flow for us. You asked me earlier, what's, some of our success? Well, some of the success is the fact that we're able to do so much with our quick passing game. We don't have to worry about taking the old adage, the 7-step drop, which now in shotgun's 3-step drop, but the old 7-step drop sit in the pocket. That allows people to stunt, do some things. Quick pass game, you're getting that ball out of your hands so quick, really, you're not getting much pressure. And so he allows the quick game to develop. As the quick game develops, it frustrates people. And then that opens up the intermediate game. People are coming quicker to stop your quick stuff, and they're not stunned as much. So now your intermediate game starts to open up. And when they have to take that away, that's when you start getting the home run balls. And he's got the arm to go the distance with the home run ball. So, a lot of that comes from being able to attack all three levels of the field, both vertically and horizontally. He allows us to be able to do that. Another strength that George has really is his intelligence. he has a love for the game, and he loves to study the game. I made a comment the other day about a pass protection that honestly and truly really only coaches really would even talk about. And he commented, and I didn't say much about it, but it kind of shocked me. That means he's at home doing his homework at home. He enjoys the game. He's a student of the game. And, as he gets older, he's a type kid that can honestly and truly probably help you as they love to talk about being a coach on the field. He's a type kid in high school could actually be a little bit of a coach on the field because of the fact that he does study the game. He understands it. He understands coverages. And, and then he takes care of the football, which in turn, as I always say, takes care of your coach. You're letting him throw a lot, and he's not making reckless throws. He's not, sometimes they're called selfish throws. Those throws where I want to throw this. He takes what the defense gives him, and he's done a better job of that as the years gone on. A lot of times, most of our routes are read routes where he's got an underneath or a deep threat. Well, most quarterbacks from high school to the NFL, they all want that deep pass. I mean, the receivers like the deep pass, coaches like the deep pass, fans especially like the deep pass. But then you'll see it go short. Well, that means he saw that the deep was covered, so he's going to just go to his open guy. So that's what's very impressive about him. So if somebody said what's impressive, everybody looking at him visually would say, well, he can throw it 60 yards. He can he's got a quick release and he can zing it out there. But the most important thing as a coach from a coach's standpoint is that he's a student of the game and he's not reckless with the ball. And, and he's just a 10th grader. There's things that what's exciting about him is there's things that he can improve on. And as he improves on those things, it's going to make himself and, the team so much better. So, and he's a very mature kid. He's a type quarterback you like. I always say, a lot of times I say stuff like he's got an offensive line mentality. Offensive linemen, a lot of times they get hollered at more than anybody else, and they just learn to take it. They can take it. They roll on. Everybody's hollering at them about blocking or whatever, and they can take it. And they do their job. Well, sometimes quarterbacks don't like that. He's one of those. Hey, you need to say something to him. You just say something to him. If you're frustrated, hey, he can take it. But so he's a fun kid to coach, and so like I said, I'm excited about, like I said, his youth and where he can be. And then you talk about Warner Young. He came in late in the summer, and when you come in. We talked about we played Union. To come in as a quarterback would have to be a very frustrating thing for somebody. You're coming in and boom, you're getting thrown new terminology. So what you called it at your old school is not called that here. And so you have to start to understand, okay, this is what they mean, because coaches have a bad habit of using their terminology and just flippantly just throwing it out there and thinking everybody knows what they're talking about. And so you have to start understanding what coaches are talking about. And, we're not talking about basic stuff. We're talking about actual terminology that we personally use with just our team, because, everybody knows power, okay? But you can't just call it power because everybody calls it power. So you got to call it something else. And so that's what I mean. You're having to learn all that new terminology. And then as a quarterback, you have to know what people are doing. A lot of times running backs will ask a quarterback, hey, which side do I line up on? Quarterback's got to know. He's got to be that coach on the field. That's the guy that from every receiver to running back to even sometimes the line looks back at the quarterback like, tell me what to do. And they better have an idea. They may not be able to get it direct, but they can at least say, get him, and at least we know what, at least they know they're protected. And so Warner had to come in, learn terminology, learn how we do things, learn our offense. Now, what's our style offense? And he came in, like I said, late in the summer, came in having to do all that. And look, the Union, I don't think I've seen I'm going to say this, I don't think I've seen a better performance out of a guy who just went in there and 1 week, he was, sit on sidelines to all of a sudden now he's starting quarterback, and he handled that greatly. And Like I said, I thought he did a great job. He managed us. He took care of us during that game. And there's been a few times George's like a helmet's come off, something like that, and he's had to go out there. What makes it confident as a coach is you don't really know that you've even made that change. Because you can be a one in the field, helmet comes off, he's running off, somebody else running on, and play gets run, and then he's coming back off, and that's a huge attribute to what he's been able to achieve since he's been here. And he's another one now. He's a fun kid to coach. He works hard. We've actually tried to get him more in some of the receiving stuff, because backup quarterback, he's got, like I said, he's got other talents out there. He does some long snapping for us, so we try to give him a little bit more receiving core. But like I said, I think he's done a great job, and it's been hard even there. You've had to learn all this stuff at quarterback. Now you're trying to go out there and also be able to do a dual position for us, where a lot of these guys, you'll see them do it, but they've played junior high. They've been in our program. They've been around it all their life. That's all they've heard. And so, yes, he's, like I said, he's done a great job. I think he's a very mentally tough kid, kind of like George. We've got two very mentally tough quarterbacks back there. And like I said, you can have fun with them when either one of them in the huddle, taking reps, doing whatever. They have fun out there. You can tell they enjoy it. So yeah, as far as a quarterback tandem, and at Leake, I can tell you this: we usually do not have that. Most time we have a quarterback and then a guy who plays another position that may have to go in there if something happens. But I couldn't tell you really a time at Leake Academy that I felt like that, if something happens, then the other one comes in and your offense isn't completely changing. You may change some maybe some of your philosophy on certain things, but you're not changing the whole offense just because this happened or that happened. So yeah, I've been very proud of Warner, and he's done a good job. So yeah, as far as quarterbacks go, we're very blessed to have the two guys we got.
We'll take a look at tonight's matchup with Pillow Academy as the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame continues.
I sure do like my new hunting rifle. I bought it over at Ozark Ag. When I went in, they had such a great selection. Took me a while to make up my mind. I have it sighted in now, and I'm ready for the big bucks. Tomorrow I'm going back over to Ozark Ag and stock up on ammo. While I'm there, I just might check out those deer stands. Hey, honey, I know you're listening. Make sure you shop for me at Ozark Ag. They're on Highway 16 West in Carthage.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-through and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you. Moore's Pharmacy, Highway 16, Carthage.
T&K Farms Wood-Mizer is Mississippi's Wood-Mizer sawmill equipment dealership. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer sells the complete Wood-Mizer equipment line, from small personal sawmills to the industrial equipment lineup. T&K Farms stocks parts and has experienced factory-trained service technicians with both in-shop and mobile service available. See T&K Farms Wood-Mizer to start your sawmill business today. Credit cards are accepted for all services. Like them on Facebook. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer, just off Highway 25 at 1128 Liberty Road, Louisville, 662-803-4332.
We were celebrating a birthday, so we took the family out to dinner at a steakhouse. You may have known it as Lee's, but now it's a new building with a new name. The same great chef and owner, Artie Reed, and Hometown Prime. My beef filet was cooked perfectly, and we can't wait to go back. Steak, seafood, the best sweet tea, and of course, homemade desserts.
Delicious.
For daily specials and hours, Google Hometown Prime and like them on Facebook. Hometown Prime is ready for you. Highway 21, Sebastopol.
Welcome back. The T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame rolls on toward the 7 o'clock kickoff. Head coach Brian Pickens is still with us. Coach, seen Pillow, and it sounds a little bit familiar.
Oh, yeah, and the fact that their head of school's also a coach out there. So you got a lot of similarities between the two schools. Pillow comes in, their strength is their running game. And they do a good job utilizing formations to get you kind of out of place and, try to attack you with the run formations. Quarterback's a great athlete. Quarterback's, very dangerous. They do a lot of counter stuff with him, a lot of quarterback read stuff. The old, we always call it, just the old power read, where you read the play side defensive end for a give or a quarterback, going through C gap there. Their quarterback does a really good job of that, and they, like I said, they utilize him a lot. He gets a lot of carries, but he throws the ball well, and they use a lot of intermediate, some double move type concepts with their combinations to give them a short throw or a deep over the top throw, and so they're a type team that they they're a type team defensively. We've got to stop their run to be successful, but we've also got to be aware that they'll go over the top of you or burn you down the sideline. So our secondary is going to have to play a very important role this week in giving us run support and be able to cover their deep balls.
Coach, one final question before we let you go. You've been good to us earlier in the season, talking to us about what goes on at halftime. I want to come to that. For you to get us a little bit of a picture into what goes on in the Rebel locker room in those few minutes between the time the team comes back into the locker room pregame after being out there and loosening up and pads are going on, that sort of thing. What are the things that Coach is trying to do in those final couple of minutes to sort of bring all the preparation together?
Well, I can tell you this: what y'all see in those final minutes probably flies by. When we walk off the field and then we're coming back on with the captains, I know that seemed like just long enough to put your shoulder pads on and get back out there. But that right there may be the longest 10 to 15 minutes of a lifetime. It seemed like you're in there an hour. They come in, we want them to, get the last little bit of hydration, put their pads on. And biggest thing that we do, I know everybody hears about the pregame speech, things like that. And sometimes that stuff's very organic. Sometimes that stuff just kind of comes out. But the most important thing is I've gotten to be an older coach. You asked me on the coach's show, what would old coach tell young coach? Young coach thought you had to rile everybody up every during that time. Old coach will tell you sometimes need to calm them down a little bit. And I think you can judge, if you've done it for years, you can judge your team and you can judge the anxiety level or the loose level, and you can judge it by walking around. It's the weirdest feel that I enjoy doing this. This is fun, but that moment in time is one of the most anxious, nerve-wracking. I'll even sometimes use the word just miserable waiting times there is, but it's one of those things that I know that would be one of the things I would miss. Internally I would miss that, because you come in and there's this energy, and you can feel that energy when you walk into that room. Because like I said, we let them put the shoulder pads on. Usually that's when we're doing the last of our stuff, that whether we're getting headsets or we're sometimes I'm telling the coaches what the coin toss was, or whatever the case may be. And then we go in there. Now, what I try to do is I try to keep that calming effect. I want to reassure them of what's going to happen that night, because like I said, they're anxious, they're excited, they're going out there, people are hollering, they know that they're going to be watched, and so you want to reassure them. And a lot of times you discuss your special teams, you just go over just basic stuff. You just kind of get them back down into a zone they need to be in by just kind of giving them a little reassuring comments that you say every day in practice, whether it be we got to block this, or secure the ball, whatever it may be. You're trying to just give those buzzwords that they hear in practice, so that they, I always say, the way you practice, the way you're going to play. And so hearing those buzzwords a lot of times reassures them that, even in big games, especially in big games, you got to reassure them that you're going out there to do what you do. We're not going to reinvent the wheel. We're not going to ask you to do something you can't. You're going to do what you do, and together we're going to be successful doing that. And that's a big thing. And then, and then sometimes the pep speeches, sometimes you just get excited, as a coach. You have those energy levels, and sometimes you get excited. It seemed like, somebody said something about did I read a book on Jackie Sherrill? But, Jackie Sherrill said one of the greatest comments. He goes, that pregame speech is real good until the first time somebody hits you, and that's the truth, so, but yeah, the pregame speech, I know it's what people like to hear about, they're good, but I think sometimes they've got to be organic. It's got to come from within. It's got to be sincere, because, these kids today, they know sincerity. And so sometimes I get excited in there, and then sometimes I just know, hey, I'm excited, they're excited. We've got to all calm down, and we've got to get ourselves in a place that we're ready to go do what we do, just like we do at practice. We're going out there and just recreate what we've done at practice, and just do it at a level where more people are watching.
Yeah, just trying to focus them back in on trusting the process and the preparation.
That's right.
And not letting all the other outside noise overcome that.
Oh yeah. Like I said, especially big games. You get the bigger the game, the more pressure can build up, and you've got to just let them know, hey, you do what you did all Monday through Thursday, and you're going to be just fine tonight.
Well, we trust that the Rebels will be in just that frame of mind tonight in just a few minutes when we kick off against Pillow. And we appreciate you joining us, Coach Brian Pickens. Good luck to you and the Rebels.
Well, thank you so much.
When we come back, give you the Prince Oil starting lineup, and we'll take a deeper look into tonight's matchup. All of that in advance of kickoff, ticking down that way. So don't go anywhere as the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame continues.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
At Wendy's, you don't need a psychic to tell you your hamburger's gonna taste great.
Excuse me?
Because every square hamburger is a sign you're getting the best.
Did someone say sign?
4 corners of hot and juicy fresh beef that make deliciousness its destiny every time.
Hold on. I'm getting fresh beef.
When you want the best hamburger, square's the beef. Choose wisely.
Choose Wendy's, Dave Single. I am a psychic, after all.
Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
What is the value of an independent insurance agent? We don't work for any one insurance company. Instead, we work for our clients. We sell insurance from multiple companies, and that means at South Group Cox Agency, you always have an expert on your side who can find you the best policy and rates for you and your family. Now is the time to come by and let us at South Group Cox give you a free quote. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. South Group Cox Agency, 207 West Main Street in Carthage.
Carthage Veterinary Clinic, how may we help you?
Hey, I have a new puppy and I need to bring her in for vaccination.
Oh, what's her name?
Ellie.
We're so glad you called for an appointment and look forward to meeting you and Ellie.
This is Dr. Brooke Bobo, and we at Carthage Veterinary Clinic are glad to schedule you an appointment for you and your pet. That way we can give you the time that you deserve.
Carthage Veterinary Clinic, Highway 16 West in Carthage. Find all our contact info on Facebook or Google.
Now, Bob, when we started the Bring Your Kid to Work Day, this wasn't exactly what we had in mind.
I'm sorry, but they're my babies. We're about to go grab lunch and then head to the farm.
Well, where are you headed?
Rosebud General Store, out there in Rosebud on Highway 487 East. Nothing but the best for my babies. They got everything you need for your farming family.
Well, your calf sure is sweet. Does she have a name?
There's the Cow Patty.
Whoa, let me get this straight. You named her Cow Patty?
No, sir. It's what you stepped in.
Ew.
Rosebud General Store, Highway 487 East.
Boswell Media Sports.
We resume the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame from Greenwood. Leake Academy and Pillow finished their warm-up drills, and they're back in the locker room, and we're going to have a 7 o'clock kickoff between the Rebels and the Mustangs, and we're glad to have you with us. You can watch tonight's broadcast on the Edinburgh Drugs video stream. A link to it is available at Kicks96news.com. If you know any Leake fans who might have gotten the word that we weren't having a live stream and they're on the Pillow live stream, send them a message, give them a call, bang on their door. Let them know that we're here as always and coming in clear and strong from Greenwood on the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. You know you want to watch the home broadcast. You don't want to watch the home folks. You don't want to watch the other team's live stream and broadcast. I'm Philip Palmertree. We've got Billy Steen working as our studio engineer, and tonight's broadcast is powered by the Central Electric Power Association. John Alden Crosby's up here in the booth with us, and a really nice press box at Pillow Academy. He's on action camera. And let's go straight to the starting lineups presented by Prince Oil. We'll start with the Rebels on defense. And Grayson McDonald, oh, excuse me, I'm looking in the wrong place. Here we go. Now we'll start it there. In the middle, Hagan Bobo. There it is, junior, 6'1", 240. At nose guard, the defensive ends, Owen Hitt, junior, 6 tall, 176. And the other defensive end, John Donovan, not a mystery man any longer, senior, 5'11", 175. Now the linebackers, Grayson McDonald, 6 tall, 197, junior. The other outside backer is Tyler Winstead, 5'10", 157. Camden Marble's been moved down from safety to linebacker in the 3-4 defensive set the last couple of weeks, so I'll bring him in at linebacker rather than safety. He's a senior, 5'10", 152, the leading tackler on the Rebel defense. And then Kobe Kemp in the middle, sophomore, 5'10", 190. The corners. At corner, Joshua Gray, sophomore, 5'9", 140. The other side, senior Braden Hall at 5'9", 146. Free safety is Charlie Brantley, senior, 6'1", 145. And Matthew Nowell, the other safety, move over from free to strong safety, 5'10", 141. Specialists, Ben Jackson, long snapper. Warner Young does some long snapping as well. Seth Martin's the holder on extra points and field goals and has also punted the last 2 weeks. It'll be either he or Reese Atkinson punting in tonight's game, and Matthew Nowell is the kicker. Matthew's 10 out of 13 on point after attempts and 2 out of 4 on field goals. Now for the Rebel offense. Man who touches the ball first is sophomore Connor Moore, the center, 5'10", 265. The guards, John Wyatt King on the left side, a sophomore, 5'11", 255. Tanner Walsworth, a freshman at right guard, 6 foot tall, 227. At left tackle, Hayden Jenkins, the junior, is 6'1", 228. And injury to Carter Walsworth, he's not available tonight. Sean McDill will step in at right tackle, 6 foot tall, 235-pound junior. Receivers, Mathen Weaver, 6 foot tall, 145, a junior. And he and Matthew Nowell neck for neck in leading the team in receiving yards on the year. But Nowell's got the lead right now. Matthew's caught 18 passes for 356 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's almost 20 yards of reception. Tremendous average for Matthew, and he had 3 touchdowns last week against Capaya. Jack Harkins, the junior, 5'11", 136 at wide receiver. Major Chandler will be in, some at H-back, freshman, 6'1", 218. And Ben Jackson is at receiver as well, provides a lot of length, 6'3", 198, the senior. In the backfield, rotation of running backs. We'll see Charlie Brantley back there. He'll also be at receiver tonight. We saw some good running last week from John David Gill, sophomore, 5'9", 157. And Camden Marble carries the ball for the Rebels as well, as does Mathen Weaver. QB, it's QB1, George Wilcox, 6 foot tall, 225-pound sophomore quarterback, 70 completions out of 135 attempts for 949 yards through 6 games, 9 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. So that's the Prince Oil starting lineups for Coach Brian Pickens' ball club. And we'll remind you, Rebel fans, that Rosebud General Store in Sebastopol is the sponsor of the Gilbert Barham Color Commentators Chair. We've got somebody new sitting in that chair tonight. It's Coach Jason Morgan, boys basketball coach at Leake Academy. Coach Morgan, thanks for sitting in for Scott, who had a family obligation tonight.
Oh, real pleasure to be here. I'll say hi to all the folks back home, and I'm excited to be here tonight. I think we've got a fantastic ball game. Should be a real treat to watch and or listen to, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, we've done a couple of basketball games together and had a real good time doing that, and it should be a lot of fun tonight from Pillow Academy. We've got the Rebels coming in at 1-5, Pillow coming in at 2-4. This is not a district ball game, but it's a ball game that means a lot to two teams who are trying to make sure they're going to be there when the playoffs start.
Well, I think one thing that definitely is the distinction between these two teams, we're a little bit more of a passing team. They're a little bit more of a running team. But outside of that, and doing my homework for tonight, there's so many points of comparison. Both teams have had a really difficult schedule early on. Both teams, I think, have benefited from a difficult schedule because it's done nothing but make them better. I think we mentioned a lot of sophomores on both sides, but I think this will be a great ball game tonight. Very, very evenly matched teams.
Yeah, should be a very competitive ball game. The Rebel passing game has started to hit its stride the last couple of weeks. What we expect from Pillow is a ground attack that centers around their quarterback, Tate Dubard, young quarterback who needs to have a good game on the ground if Pillow's going to do what they want to do tonight. And then, of course, just about the time you just are thinking run, 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 if you're the linebackers and your safety, better watch out. Somebody get behind you. And all of a sudden it's a big play. And as Coach Pickens likes to say, then you hear the other team's fight song, and you don't want to hear that very often. But the captains are coming to midfield here at Bill Davis Football Stadium. Rebel captains tonight are Seth Martin and also Garrett Joyner, and then 14. Let's see, I always get a curveball who 14 is. If you know who 14 is, let Coach Morgan know, or if you can contact me, let me know. Because 14, I don't have the 14 on my roster, but we'll get it figured out. Sorry about that. Let's get a quick look at tonight's weather and field conditions presented by Westside Body Shop. Sun has finally gone down, and we're thankful for that because it was shining in our faces. And this is the time of year, what William Faulkner referred to in Mississippi as Indian Summer's Indian Summer. This is that last hot streak. It has been hot this week, and but it's cooling down pretty fast here. About 85 degrees here before kickoff, and should drop a little bit more. Clear skies. Wind is about 0, not much at all. So green grass here at Pillow Academy, and on a night that's got some humidity, but not too bad. And as I said, just a little easterly breeze coming in here at Pillow Academy. Captains are having a long discussion with the referee. Now finally we've got a coin toss. It looks like Pillow has won the toss, and they've taken the option of deferring to the second half, and they're going to kick off to the Rebels to start tonight's ball game. The Rebels are in Navy helmets, white jerseys with Navy numerals, and the white pants with Rebels and block lettering up the side. Play Pillow, you got that Green Bay Packer look that they have with the forest green and yellow. They're in yellow helmets, green jerseys with white numerals, and yellow pants with, as Jack Crystal would say, green and white piping down the side. We want to remind you to play Kicks Picks, weekly pick'em game, and let me flip over here and see what I've got to tell you about that. But Kicks Picks is the weekly pick'em game. If you're the weekly winner, pick the most games right, you get a gift certificate from Hometown Prime Steakhouse. If you're the cumulative winner, and for or a Bio Classic ceramic cooker from Ozark Ag in Carthage. So we're going to take a break and come back, and we'll have kickoff right around the corner as the T&K Woodmiser pregame continues.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Total Pain Care's mission has always been to reduce suffering, increase function, and provide a better quality of life for every patient. Dr. Eric Pearson and Dr. C.C. Martin are committed to treating patients with the highest standard of care. Total Pain Care has full-time clinics in Meridian and Philadelphia, providing a convenient option for Neshoba County and surrounding areas. Total Pain Care, located in the Medical Arts Clinic at Neshoba General Hospital. Here to help you get back to living your best life.
Is this a familiar sound that seems to be never-ending? Money for this, money for that? Don't worry. Eastside Pawn and Gun to the rescue. Take your pawn to them in exchange for the loan you need to help you through unexpected seasons. Confidentiality will always be respected when you do business with Eastside Pawn and Gun. So what are you waiting for? Stop the fretting and get on over there. Eastside Pawn and Gun, Highway 16, Carthage.
Hello, Rebel fans. It's time for kickoff. Moore's Pharmacy welcomes you to an exciting night of Friday night football. Moore's Pharmacy takes great pride in supporting Leake Academy Rebels, the perfect place to start your weekend. Okay, Rebels, let's kick it off.
Boswell Media Sports.
Friday night football from the Delta coming to you. Leake and Pillow here on Boswell Media Sports. Cruising 98.3, the Cruising 98 mobile app. This is the fourth meeting all time between Leake and Pillow. They met in 1990 and 91. At that time, Pillow was competing in AAA top level and really dominated the Rebels in 1990 and 91. They did not meet again until the second round of the playoffs 2 years ago, and that was at Thagard Field. Rebels won that game. That excellent 2021 team dominated Pillow, and I have to say, I don't know that I've ever seen, Jason, a team play as well in the first half as the Rebels did that night back in 2021. I looked back at the stats. It was a 49-14 final, but it was 42-0 at the half. Leake rushed for 323 yards on 23 carries in the first half. Cannon Parks ran 15 times for 210 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a receiving touchdown, all in the first half.
Wow, what a half.
That was really something that night. So 2-1, the lead in the series. Pillow holding that advantage, and two teams that haven't met very much, but of course Pillow is in MAIS 5A now, and they play up in the North District with Bio and Magnolia Heights and Starkville, and I know I'm forgetting somebody, but somebody we probably played. That's not coming to my mind. But anyway, we've got football here tonight. We'll throw out a couple of ball games that are going on. One of the headline games in MAIS tonight is going on in Meridian. Lamar hosts Copiah. Those two teams are going to have some kind of collision, I think, and your guess is as good as mine as who would win that game. Simpson hosts Brookhaven Academy. East Rankin hosts MRA, and the Rebels play at East Rankin next week. So that's an interesting game. Central Holmes at Canton Academy. Jackson Prep 5-0 at West Jones 6-0. That should be a really good game. And Winston Academy playing at Oak Hill. We'll mention a few others as we get now to the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff, left to right. Here it comes. Kicked away by Seraphin Simon. Taken short along the 25-yard line and returned for about 10 yards along the far sideline. I think that was Grayson McDonald who got it. And it was Mathen Weaver who got it, and he took it up for about 10, 12 yards to the 35. That's where the Rebels will start. First quarter presented by the Leake County Co-op. Rebels moving right to left. They call the play and then come straight to the line of scrimmage off the sideline. Charlie Brantley will be at running back. Nowell and Harkins split to the left. Ben Jackson split to the right, along with another wide out in the slot. To throw on first down, Wilcox throws it high, nearly picked off. Was looking for Nowell along midfield, diving effort, but knocked away by Drake Alderman Pillow for an incompletion. 2nd and 10, Rebels. Jackson now positions himself at tight end. Weaver split to the right, Nowell out to the left. Major Chandler in the game as an H-back on the left side. Chest high snap. Handoff, sweeping around the right side is Brantley, and he breaks one tackle, then goes outside the numbers and gets put down on his hip about the 41-yard line. That's a 6-yard gain. Brantley Counts made the tackle for the Mustangs. So 3rd and 4. Same formation as last time, with Chandler as the H-back to the left, and the tight end on the right. Shotgun set. Wilcox takes the snap, throws it quickly, complete to Matthew Nowell at the 48, and he is hit by 2 Mustang defenders and driven down right at that point, but that's going to be good enough for a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down and a gain of about 8 on the play.
Really good route by Matthew Nowell. Really slammed on the brakes there and gave George a good target.
Didn't get a great spot. They put it at the 47. The left hash, 2x2 receivers on 1st and 10. To throw, Wilcox sets his feet, fires it right, but over the head of Ben Jackson along the far sideline. And there in coverage, Aiden Valente for Pillow. So 2nd and 10 now. We've seen a lot, Jason, something coaches talked about in some of the pregame interviews we've had, that when you're passing the ball, particularly early in the game, sometimes that adrenaline is going a little hot, and it affects the quarterback, it affects the receiver. Sometimes it takes a little while to get it going. In the face of a blitz, Wilcox releases the ball out to the 40-yard line, but it's too far out in front of Mathen Weaver, and the Rebels, with back-to-back incompletions, now faced with 3rd and 10.
Well, I'll say this for the folks not watching the game, just looking around the field, not even a possession into the offense. Multiple receivers are open on every possession. It's just a matter of time before we get in rhythm and start making some of these connections, running some good routes.
Yeah, the other thing I've seen, Pillow has been in man coverage as well. So if they're going to continue to man up, I think you're going to continue to see some receivers open. 2x2 on 3rd and 10. Play fake, throw short to Ben Jackson. He has trouble reeling it in, and that gives the Pillow defenders time to head to the hash on the right side and bring him down for a loss of 2. So that is an unsuccessful series as far as moving the chains goes, and it brings out Seth Martin to punt, 4th and 12.
Well, I agree with you, though. I think the man coverage, let's just keep an eye on that as the game goes on. There were some good things on that possession, too.
Matthew Ryan Smith backs up to his 15-yard line to await Seth Martin's kick. Mustangs bring the rush. Kick is off. High wobbling kick. Hits at the 35 and takes a bounce a couple of yards in favor of the Rebels. Down by Grayson McDonald right between the 32 and 33-yard line. So the Rebels get a first down, but then have to punt it away, and we'll see the Pillow offense for the first time tonight under the direction of senior quarterback Tate Dubard, and he is their leading rushing threat. But they've also got a good running back, 22, Ruben Martinez, who has shown some things on film as well. They're going to open with kind of a sort of a power, I call it sort of a triple option shotgun look. Send a man in motion, hand it off, but nowhere to go. Rebels got good penetration and stopped the running back in the backfield. I think it was Drake Alderman, the running back. It was. And he got nothing on the play. Hagan Bobo and Grayson McDonald and John Donovan also made the tackle.
Well, you're right. We got a good push by the front four. John Don and Bobo got right in there. That was a good first play.
One wide receiver split to each side. Rebels put 4 men down on the line of scrimmage. Toss sweep, right side, looking for a block and not finding anything is Charlie Robbins. Rebels strung that out nicely. And again, Bobo, Harkins, among other white-shirted Rebels all over him. Picked up maybe half a yard. Ball right short of the 33-yard line, and now this is something that would probably not bode well for Pillow if they face a lot of 3rd and 10 type plays. And they come with that same set, 3 running backs set in the shotgun with a quarterback. Send a man in motion, but flag comes out. Offside against the Rebels. Must have been someone lined up offside because I didn't see anybody come on across ahead of the snap. So 3rd and 9.5 becomes 3rd and 4.5.
I was really excited to see what Pillow was going to do there. I agree with you. If they get in those 3rd and long situations and they have to throw the ball a little bit, that could be good for Leake Academy for sure.
This sets them up to do more of their kind of thing, which is run some zone read and some power type football. And we'll get in that standard set. 3rd and short 5, we'll call it. Dubard gives it the inside. Ball's loose, and Dubard back to recover it. John Donovan came back there and knocked the ball away from Robbins, the running back, and right into the arms of Dubard back at the 32. So that will be a TFL. Great play by John Don, and it's 4th down.
Great job of getting a hand in there. I don't know how far that running back would have gone, but, disrupted it for sure.
Wes Griswold ready to punt it away from about the 20-yard line. He gets a nice kick, wobbles over to the 30. Matthew Weaver gets it there, sheds one tackler. Now comes from the left to the right, has a lane at the 40. Gets to the outside and is wrapped up by a couple of special teams players for Pillow along the 41-yard line. So a gain of 12 on the return. We're about 50 yards of running. But sometimes that's how it works in the punt return game.
Weaver is not fun to tackle in the open field. I do not envy anybody trying to pull that off. He's tough to bring down.
First quarter, scoreless ball game, 7:57 to go. Pistol set for the Rebels to start on 1st and 10 at their own 41 in their second possession. Now the power set, things loaded to the left. They'll hand off and send Brantley to the right, but he's got nothing there. Tries to cut back inside, but too many green jerseys in his way, and he loses a yard on the play. Good job shedding blocks by that front 4 for Pillow. Jay Davis, Wynn Harden, among other green-shirted defenders in the way. In fact, they say he lost 2 back to the 39. Two-by-two receivers. Weaver, the slot man, in motion, right to left. They'll throw it to the left to him out in the flat. He tries to get around the defender, but then ends up stumbling right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. You give the credit to Clayton Goss, the cornerback, for the tackle. So 3rd down and 12. Doesn't matter what kind of offense you're in, 3rd and 10 plus ain't no fun. They'll bring it, Major Chandler and Ben Jackson. Send Nowell and Weaver split out to the right. Brantley stands behind Wilcox. Pistol set, 3-man front. He's got time to throw, sets up, throws deep, looking for Weaver, and it goes right through his hands inside the 35-yard line. That was one that would have gotten the first down and a whole lot more, but it went right through his mitts.
Excellent throw, great timing, just didn't quite go our way.
4th and 12. Ball on the left hash at the 39, so Seth Martin will punt for the second time tonight.
They really came to get us last time. Let's see what they do on this punt.
This time they set Drake Alderman deep to return. Again, they bring the pressure. Now peel them back. Short kick. Angles, hits about the 42 and heads out of bounds. So a short kick's going to give the Mustangs excellent field position the second time they've had the ball in this scoreless ball game from Greenwood. 6 minutes, 21 seconds to go. Leake nothing, Pillow nothing. Some other ball games going on in MHSA A tonight. Union is at Eupora. J.Z. George at Philadelphia. West Lauderdale, Leake Central Caledonia at Kosciuszko, Bay Springs at Scott Central. French Camp visits Noxapater. Northeast Lauderdale at Newton County. And then Lee County at Puckett. And then a couple of undefeated teams, Louisville and Houston. But Houston and undefeated, I forget if they've moved back up to 4A or if they're still in 3. They may have moved back up to 4A. Louisville, as usual, looks really, really good this year. From the 41, Dubard barks out the signals, hands it off, sweeping left side, and Kobe Kemp pops on the back of the runner. I think that was Flowers carrying it. Elliott Flowers got about 4 to the 45. 2nd and 6 now for the green and gold.
Give Kemp a shout out. He's one of my favorite kids to watch all year. It's tough to play that Mike position as a 10th grader, and he just gets better and better and better.
Yeah,
He's got a great future ahead of him.
He really came to it. Looks like the Heat timeout. We'll take it with him with 5:56 to go. Scoreless ball game, Leake nothing and Pillow nothing.
If spending days looking for top dollar for your timber has left you feeling like you're barking up the wrong tree, then I would listen closely. Welch Forest Products in Union does it better than anyone and with the least possible damage to your property. Whether it's management, forestry care, pine plantation, thinning, or site prep, the last number you'll dial is 601-774-8200. They buy land with or without timber too. Call Bo Welch now at Welch Forest Products today. 601-774-8200.
I sure do like my new hunting rifle. I bought it over at Ozark Ag. When I went in, they had such a great selection. Took me a while to make up my mind. I have it sighted in now, and I'm ready for the big bucks. Tomorrow I'm going back over to Ozark Ag and stock up on ammo. While I'm there, I just might check out those deer stands. Hey, honey, I know you're listening. Make sure you shop for me at Ozark Ag. They're on Highway 16 West. Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
2nd down run by Charlie Robbins off tackle right side. Gets Pillow up to the 49, and that'll set up 3rd and 2 for them. Jack Harkins at safety, and to come up and submarine him, get him down.
That was a hard-fought run. He fought for every inch he got and then some.
Coach Jim Crowder sends in a receiver with the play call from that power option shotgun set. Send a man in motion. Hand it off straight ahead. Alderman has the first down up the right hash. A couple of Rebels get on his back and move him forward. Flag comes in. The tackle's made at the Leake 44. Now they're talking about it. Looks like the kind of thing that might be a face mask. It is. Personal foul face mask. So that's going to really move the ball deep into Rebel territory down to the 30, about inside the 30-yard line. Ball set down at the 29. So things cooking here for Pillow. Clock ticking, 5:09 to play in the first quarter.
That's first down, Mustang.
That's the second Mustang first down of this series. This drive, I should say. Now they've got receiver up tight to the formation. 2 receivers tight to the formation. They hand it off, swinging around. Flowers has a lane to run in, breaks a tackle and goes inside the 20, and finally gang tackled at about the 15. Matthew Nowell, Joshua Gray, John Donovan had to chase down Flowers, and he got about 15. Let's see where they mark him. Yeah, he got 14 down to the 15-yard line there in the David Barham Insurance red zone.
We are going to have to wrap up and finish some tackles. These Pillow runners are getting into the secondary, and it's after they have a little contact on the 1st and 2nd level.
Moving left to right, Mustangs at the Leake 15. The Rebels bring the safeties down. Hand it off. Stiff arm, getting the outside 15. Tackled at the 10. Jack Harkins makes a touchdown-saving tackle on Charlie Robbins, who did a nice job shedding one defender to get a gain of 5. Maybe even 6, yeah, they'll say they put it at the 10, 2nd and 5. Pillow threatening here in the first quarter. They'll send 2 receivers to the left. 3-back set, hard count. Now handoff, Flowers left side. He gets hit, ball's loose. Rebels are on it inside the 5. The question is, was he down?
Oh, no, they're going to say he was down.
Yep, the official on the far side's pointing to the ground at the 5-yard line.
Well, he's got a better angle than I do, but I thought that ball was out before his knee was down.
It looked like for a minute there, I think Matthew Nowell had jumped on that ball. But it's 1st and goal now. From the 5, ball on the left hash. Pillow starting to get some things working, just getting to the edge, and Rebels not able to set that edge and string the play out very far at all. 1st and goal. Handoff right side, another stiff arm. Robbins, but this time the Rebels are able to string it out, and they take him down for a loss. Kemp and McDonald ran that one down very nicely back at the 8, loss of 3.
Yeah, good result on that play, but one thing I'm watching from this drive, Pillow with a lot of yards after contact. They're doing a good job of staying on their feet.
Second and goal from the 8. Same formation, 2 men split to the left. Now that's the wide side of the field. The 3 running backs. Coach Crowder calls a timeout. We'll take that timeout with him with 2:44 to go first quarter in a scoreless ball game.
T&K Farms Wood-Mizer is Mississippi's Wood-Mizer sawmill equipment dealership. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer sells the complete Wood-Mizer equipment line from small personal sawmills to the industrial equipment lineup. T&K Farms stocks parts and has experienced factory-trained service technicians with both in-shop and mobile service available. See T&K Farms Wood-Mizer to start your sawmill business today. Credit cards are accepted for all services. Like them on Facebook. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer, just off Highway 25 at 1128 Liberty Road, Louisville, 662-803-4332.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare.
Coming out of the timeout, handoff goes up the right hash for only a couple of yards. Dubard keeps it himself. Had a lightning fast timeout there. These MAIS officials this year have been quick to resume play on these so-called 60-second timeouts. Ball down at the 6, 3rd and goal. 1 wide out to each side. Dubard from the shotgun. Turn, roll out to his left, throw, and it's incomplete, but they're going to give Camden Marble, I think, for roughing the passer. Flag went down right after Dubard released the ball. The pass was incomplete along the 5-yard line. Official stepping out of the midst of the players to tell us exactly what happened. Now he finally is going to tell us. Yep, roughing the passer. And that's a first down for the Mustangs at the 3. So 3rd down penalty. Hurts the Rebels there, perhaps. Now Coach Pickens is coming out. He wants to talk to the officials because I'm not sure. I think he's pointing to the down marker. I was not expecting to say automatic first down because I didn't think there was an automatic first down in high school ball. I thought you would move it halfway and replay the down. But I could be wrong.
Regardless, there's 2 tough things on this series. The would-be fumble, it was called down, and now the penalty on 3rd down. Yeah, both of those tough developments for LA.
As always, we appreciate you Websters.
So we've got another Carthage Vet Clinic timeout, but we'll keep it here given the early indications of what this officiating crew likes to do and have 40-second timeouts. Coach Pickens is still pleading his case out at the 15-yard line. I don't know if he's just talking about the call itself, which is probably what it was, because that was a pretty close. That flag came out very quick. as Dubard was rolling out to pass, and Marble had him in his sights. But anyway, it's 1st and goal from the 3 for Pillow. 2:08 left in the quarter. 2 backs now and an H-back set to the right. It's a little early motion. Dubard keeps it, goes off the defender and into the end zone. Looked like some early movement, but I didn't see a flag come out. It's going to be a Dubard touchdown. No flag on the play, but I'm telling you that H-back left about a quarter of a beat early to take his block, and nobody called it. And the cannon has fired. It's 6-0 Pillow. You know, you can't undo it once the cannon's fired. But he found a seam behind his left guard and just slid off one Leake tackler at the 2 and fell into the end zone. High snap, kick is up, and it's good. 2:03 to play first quarter, 7-0. Pillow takes the early lead.
You can't get much for $5 these days, unless you go to Wendy's for a $5 Biggie Bag. Get your choice of double stack, junior bacon cheeseburger, or crispy chicken sandwich, plus 4-piece nugs, junior fry, and a small soft drink, all for just $5. That was smooth, wasn't it? That's how you're gonna feel when you get that Biggie Bag at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary.
Edinburgh Drugs, right in the heart of Edinburgh. They make convenience a priority for their customers with easy drive-through pickup and free home or business delivery. You can also visit edinburghdrugs.com to shop for gifts and order your refills while you're there. Patient education is very important to owner and pharmacist Cody Coffin. She's happy to explain your medication and how to take them. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care. Edinburgh Drugs, your independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Highway 16, Edinburgh.
Boswell Media Sports.
Simon kicks the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff off to Weaver at the 15. He gets outside the numbers to the right, gets run out of bounds into the Rebel sideline after he gets past the 30 to the 33-yard line. 7-0 the score. Pillow went 59 yards. Got help from penalty in the red zone on 3rd down. Got some other help, at least in Jason Morgan's opinion and mine. But got a 3-yard run from Tate Dubard. Simon's kick was good. 7-0 with under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. That's a performance therapy reset. H-back set to the left. 3 wide receivers to the right. They'll jet sweep it. Weaver getting around, gets hit at the 35 and manages to lean forward to the 37. Pick up 3, maybe 4. We'll call it 4 on first down. But good job by the corner out there, Clayton Goss, to hold his ground and force Weaver to bowl over him. Because once Weaver gets around you, you're just going to be looking at the back of his jersey at that point.
Seems to be a little confusion on our sideline.
Warner Young coming into the game along with Matthew Nowell. They'll bring Weaver out. Rebels running out of play clock. 3, 2, and timeout. Rebel sideline calls timeout, and we'll take it with them with 1:07 to play and Pillow up 7-0.
What is the value of an independent insurance agent? We don't work for any one insurance company. Instead, we work for our clients. We sell insurance from multiple companies, and that means at South Group Cox Agency, you always have an expert on your side who can find you the best policy and rates for you and your family. Now is the time to come by and let us at South Group Cox give you a free quote. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. South Group Cox Agency, 207 West Main Street in Carthage.
It was my turn. I oversaw the ordering of our family reunion custom t-shirts. I had no idea what I wanted, but the girls at In Sports were so helpful. They showed me several ideas and colors that made my decision much easier, and the prices were very reasonable. Thank you to In Sports for filling my order quickly. You'll always be my go-to for personalized t-shirts. Check out their Facebook page to see more cool things they personalize. In Sports, Beacon Street, Philadelphia.
Boswell Media Sports.
2nd and 6. Deep throw right side. Outside the reach, out of bounds. Inside the 40-yard line, Mathen Weaver, the intended receiver, but Brantley Counts had him nicely covered, incomplete, and it's 3rd and about 6 to go for L.A.
George back in at quarterback, and once again, I see a lot of receivers beating their man. That bodes well for later if we can get some passes on time and on target.
Yeah, a lot of things just have been out of sync for the Rebels in this first quarter, both defensively and offensively. 3rd and 6, 4-man front. Blitzer coming, they pick him up, throw it left side, spiral for Nowell. He's got it at the 30. He's turned loose, 20, 10, and that's 6 for the Rebels. They strike with the big play. There is a flag down back at the 48-yard line. Hold on. Maybe a sideline warning. Yeah, the touchdown is good. The touchdown will stand. 70 yards, just hit Nowell in stride. Beautifully done, just like you said.
Well, I've been asked by some students in class if Nowell scored, and I did see a stanky leg sighting. I had to call that one out on air. Nice moves after the touchdown. What a throw, great route, good job.
43 yards, Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting. Coach Pickens back at midfield still talking about I guess it was a sideline warning. I think. Still haven't had all this sort of sorted out and reconciled. Now Coach Crowder's unhappy on the near side.
Now the Pillow coaches are upset about something. Everybody's enjoying the refs tonight, it looks like.
Well, I know when people pulled their money out of their pocket, they probably said, I can't wait to see what kind of officiating we're going to get tonight. So, not exciting. But a splendid touchdown for the Rebels to answer Pillow with 54 seconds to go in the quarter as we await Matthew Nowell's extra point attempt.
That is his 4th touchdown in the last 2 weeks, right?
Yep.
Kid's on fire.
Jackson snaps, Martin holds, Nowell kicks, and it's good. 7-7 ball game. Pillow and Leake back in 60 seconds with the Morris Pharmacy kickoff.
If spending days looking for top dollar for your timber has left you feeling like you're barking up the wrong tree, then I would listen closely. Welch Forest Products in Union does it better than anyone and with the least possible damage to your property. Whether it's management, forestry care, pine plantation, thinning, or site prep, the last number you'll dial is 601-774-8200. They buy land with or without timber too. Call Bo Welch now at Welch Forest Products today. 601-774-8200.
He's headed to the end zone.
The Junction and Prince Oil Fuel Champions. As you travel to the game, shop and fuel with people who are invested in your community. 60 years of fueling Central Mississippi and champions like Leake Academy. Locations are all over Mississippi. Carthage, Philadelphia, Oxford, Ridgeland, Scuba, Louisville, Newton, and Union. They also do catering.
So be sure to put some Junction in your next function.
It's the Junction and Prince Oil.
Boswell Media Sports.
Matthew Nowell ready for the Morris Pharmacy kickoff after he caught a touchdown pass of 63 yards and kicked the extra points, taken at the 22 along the numbers. That's Flowers, and he fights through a couple of arm tackles past the 35 and is finally brought down at the 38. Good field position for Pillow, but it was the Rebels answering the touchdown with 3rd down, deep strike along the numbers on the left side. QB1, George Wilcox with his 10th touchdown pass of the season. And Nowell with his 6th touchdown catch. That's a performance therapy reset. 7-7 the final minute of the first quarter, presented by the Leake County Co-op. On 1st down, keeper from Dubard, left side, and nearly got away from Camden Marble, but he first had him around the thigh and then had to just hang on to his shoelaces and get him down for a gain of just 1.
Well, Phillip, we're almost 1 quarter in, and we've got exactly what we thought we would have. Pillow running the ball with a little success. The Rebels starting to throw the football in a very tight game.
That Rebel drive went 67 yards, but 63 on the scoring play. 2nd and 9, Mustangs. Inside handoff, going to Alderman, and this same tackle, just different player. Kemp had to get him around the ankles and just hold on and pull him down at the 43, and that's the final play of the first quarter. 7-7 after 1, back in 60 as Leake Academy football continues.
West Side Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is West Side Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-thru and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you. Moore's Pharmacy, Highway 16, Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
First play of the second quarter is a big gainer. Flowers breaks a tackle at the 40. Now he's off to the races, and he will outrun the Rebel defense straight up the middle.
Wow.
For a touchdown of 64 yards, and Pillow goes back on top on the first play of the second quarter.
Really impressive run.
Well, just when the Rebels pulled even, Pillow pulls ahead with a big running play. Simon on to kick. Gets his measurement. Snap, hold, kick, up, away, and it's good. We'll keep it here, but it's a 14-7 game now as Pillow retakes the lead. This time they get the big play. Well, the Rebels, Coach Pickens talked in the T&K Farms Wood-Mizer pregame, Jason, about not letting them break the big play. Any coach, will say that, but it was especially important for a team that's, probably not going to beat you deep with a pass, but Rebels have not been secure on the tackling through this first quarter and a play.
Well, that was a particularly impressive run. He came around the left side, had a full head of steam, got 1 or 2 good blocks, and was able to just kind of power through.
Pillow 14, Leake 7.
We'll see if our offense has an answer.
Second quarter of tonight's game presented by Welch Forest Products. Seraphin Simon, right-footed kicker, kicking right to left. Gets a running start, swings his leg, and hits an end-over-end kick that Mathen Weaver takes at the 14. Along the numbers near side. Looking for a block, gets it at the 30. Then charges ahead, tackled at the 35. Tackled by Clayton Goss and other Pillow defenders. 14-7 our score in the opening minute of the second quarter. Leake has had a couple of narrow misses running the ball. Hey, one good thing to see out there, Coach Morgan, is Cade Shipley was out there on the return team. It's the first time we've seen him since he got hurt in week 1. 1st and 10, throw over the middle. Outside the extended right hand at midfield of Ben Jackson, incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, to get back to your point, it's good to see Chip. I had heard a rumor he might be back this week. I didn't see anything official, but good for him and good for us.
Good to see Chipley back out there. 2nd and 10 at the 35. Now we'll split to the wide side to the left. Chandler and H-back on the left. Tight end on the right side. Jackson. Handoff is to Charlie Brantley. He gets squared up, hit, and driven down at the 40-yard line. One of those undersized defensive linemen, Jay Davis, making the tackle. One thing you see about Pillow, Jason, is particularly compared to Copiah last week, they're not nearly as big across the front as the Colonels were. Wilcox looks at a 3-man front, 3rd down and 5. Quick throw out to Weaver. He steps forward across the 45, has the first down, and then gets spun off his feet at the 48-yard line in Pillow territory. But there is a flag.
Well, it was a really nice catch by Weaver, and then as soon as he turned around, did an excellent job of making a man miss. Let's see about this penalty.
Looks like it's against the Rebels. Holding is the call. So it would be 3rd and 15 instead of 3rd and 5, and that's a huge penalty. Not only how it alters down and distance, but it wiped out the first down game. Philip Palmertree and Jason Morgan with you. John Alden Crosby on the action camera. Billy Steen keeping us on the air at Boswell Media Sports Studios. 3rd and 15, Rebels. 3 wide receivers stacked to the left. And now timeout called by Coach Jim Crowder. Again, we'll keep it here. We've been mowing through timeouts pretty well. I don't see any preliminary scores posted on Copiah and Lamar. I just see a shot of the empty field at Lamar. We're going to try to watch for score updates tonight. You can keep up with scores through the night at Kicks96news.com. There's a scoreboard widget all through Friday night into Saturday morning. And you can keep track of high school scores all over the state of Mississippi at Kicks96news.com.
I tell you, these ought to be some well-rested kids between the heat timeouts and the team timeouts. They ought to be fresh as a daisy.
The water boys are the only guys who are tired. Puckett leading Leake County 21-0 second quarter as I fired up the score machine. Union up on Eupora 28-14 second quarter. Rebels face 3rd and 15 coming out of the timeout. Knee-high snap. Plenty of time for Wilcox, but now he's going to get hit. He's trying to get loose. He does. Falls forward to the 31. Is still going to be, well, it's going to be a gain of about 1. He escaped the sack, but nowhere near the 15 yards needed for the first down, and Leake will have to punt.
We'll say something positive even on a tough play early in the season. I know sometimes we were struggling to get George the proper protection. That's the first time tonight so far I've noticed Pillow was able to get through and cause us some problems.
Seth Martin stands at his 16 to punt for the 3rd time tonight. Matthew Ryan Smith steps up to his 35-yard line. There's a low kick. Hits at the 45 and kind of goes up midair. Now heads toward the midfield stripe. Kobe Kemp gathers it in just a step short of the midfield stripe. So Mustangs have great field position, leading 14-7 with 10:05 to go in the second quarter. Second quarter presented by Welch Forest Products. West Jones leading Jackson Prep 9-0 in the second quarter. Louisville on top of Houston, 13-0 second quarter. From the 49, 1st and 10 play, Dubard will go on play action. Roll out to the right. Throw it in no man's land. Threw it too deep for one receiver and too short for the other. I think he was looking for Valente, the deep receiver. Jack Harkins was back in coverage on him.
Well, they caught me totally off guard. Throwing on 1st and 10. How about that?
Yep, first time we've seen that. The Rebels responded to it well. 2nd and 10. Rebels down 7 points early second quarter. Under 10 minutes to play before halftime. 3 backs in the backfield with Dubard. Hand off Alderman, and he won't find much. He gets upended in Rebel territory at the 48. Pickup of 2, perhaps 3, but John Donovan made the tackle. Went low and got him off his feet. In fact, they put him back at the 49, so a gain of just 2, 3rd and 8. You need to get between the 40 and the 41 to move the chains. You put 2 receivers tight to the formation left side. Dubar doesn't have anybody to hand it off to. He's going to have to take off on his own, and he is hit at the 50. Good job by Donovan and Nowell to read the play and put him down after a loss of 1. And Dubar is really unhappy coming off the sidelines.
Well, I think there was a little confusion in the backfield on that one. Somebody wasn't on the same page with somebody, and yeah, number 7's upset.
And he's holding his hip, left hip as well, getting trainer to look at him. We'll keep an eye on that. 4th and nearly 10. Griswold takes a high snap, punts it away. Very high kick.
Oh, another flag.
And then the 28-yard line, it'll angle out of bounds far side, but it's going to be holding against Pillow, though. It's not going to be against the Rebels. Grayson McDonald had an angle back at the punter, and I guess somebody grabbed hold of him to keep him from getting to Griswold. Looks like LA's going to make him punt again. If the indication is holding against Pillow.
Got something pretty interesting brewing on the sideline here. The Pillow cheerleaders seem to have some bazooka-style T-shirt cannons.
Can they reach the press box is the real question everybody wants to know.
I think we're safe up here.
Keep your head on a swivel. Leake will force Pillow to punt again. This time back from about the 30. The ball goes off the toe, but a really nice punt from Griswold, his best of the night. Taken at the 22 by Brantley. He stiff arms one defender, comes to the near side, 30, ducks, and then goes down at the 32. Leake will take over there, trailing 14-7 in this Week 7 ball game. We'll be hitting the road again next week, going to Pelahatchie. Patriots and Rebels next week. T&K Farms Woodmiser pregame starts at 6:15. Wide out split to each side. Wilcox, handoff left side. Weaver getting around the corner, 35-40, has the first down. Lowers his head on a defensive back at midfield and then stumbles out of bounds in Mustang territory. Tough running from Weaver. That's a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down for Leake at the Mustang 47. Pickup of 21 on the play. They come to the line, left side, hand off right side. Weaver gets a block at the corner, cuts inside, will get about 4, maybe 5, I think 4 to the 43. 2nd and 6 coming up.
We have really been attacking the edges. I think 3 out of the last 5 or 6 plays, we've really been trying to run it around the end. I guess the league coaches see something they like out there as far as matchups.
Jay Davis made the tackle for the Mustangs. And the 43, 2nd and 6. Harkins, the receiver, to the left, Nowell to the right. Play fake, quick throw, hitch to Nowell, spins away from a defender, still on his feet 35, still on his feet 30, and he is tackled into the near sideline at the 27-yard line, and the Rebels get another Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down. Good hitch, good timing, and good job with yards after catch from Nowell.
He is doing what he wants to do out there. He's got the DB on a yo-yo. He's open no matter what he does.
Weaver at the right hip of Wilcox takes the handoff on 1st and 10. Now comes to the inside, dragging Jay Davis past the 20 down to about the 18-yard line. That's a pickup of about 8 on first down. Gets Leake into the David Barham Insurance red zone as we go under 7:25 to play in the second quarter. Leake trailing Pillow 14-7, but they're on the move.
Really nice balance on this drive. Weaver's done a good job of kind of running the ball through the middle part of the field, and then the receivers are stretching things on the edges. This looks good.
Again, they have that heavy lineup loaded to the right. Jackson at tight end, Chandler at H-back. Handoff, Weaver follows Chandler off left tackle, banging off defender, staying on his feet to the 10. He's got another Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down, and should be first and goal.
Keep
right along
it
the 10.
moving. This looks awesome.
Yep, getting control of the line of scrimmage on this drive, and the Rebels are just using Chandler and Jackson, pulling them around and opening some holes. Good job by those guys up front. Jenkins, King, Moore, McDill, and Walsworth. Got to mention those offensive linemen every now and then. First and goal from the 10. Wilcox in the shotgun with Brantley at running back now. Gives it to Brantley, but this time the play goes nowhere as Drake Alderman knifed in there and got on Brantley's back, tackled him for a loss of 2.
He stopped immediately by number 50, Jay Davis, along with 8, Drake Alderman.
Rebels bring Weaver back in at running back. No, excuse me, they'll bring him in at wide receiver, keep Brantley at running back. Nowell in the slot to the right, and now it's Wilcox split out. They'll direct snap to Brantley, fakes a jet sweep, tries to keep it, but Jay Davis of Pillow gets in the backfield and slings him down for a loss of 1, maybe 2. Yeah, loss of 2 back to the 14. The Rebels are moving backwards.
Well, I see what we were trying to do there, but credit Pillow. They were not fooled, stayed in their gaps, held their assignments, and made a nice play in the backfield.
Third and goal from the 14. Ben Jackson will head out to the right, matched up against a much smaller corner. That may be a matchup to watch. 3 wide receivers to the left. Snap to Wilcox, looking to the right, going to throw to Jackson. Has it at the 5 and tries to stretch to the goal line, but he'll only get to the 4. In fact, they won't even give him the 4. They'll say his knee went down at the 5, trying to wiggle loose. So now it's 4th and goal from the 5. Here comes the field goal team. By the time they snap it, we'll be under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Well, I'm sure a lot of fans are saying, go for it, Coach, go for it. But this is going to be a tight ball game, and points are going to matter. So taking the points, I hope, will help us later on.
Field goal attempt of 22 yards off the right hash from Nowell. Snap, hold, kick, up, away, and he's got it inside the left upright. Rebels add 3, trail 14-10, 4:37 to go, second quarter.
Carthage Veterinary Clinic, how may we help you?
Hey, I have a new puppy and I need to bring her in for vaccinations.
Oh, what's her name?
Ellie.
We're so glad you called for an appointment and look forward to meeting you and Ellie.
This is Dr. Brooke Bobo, and we at Carthage Veterinary Clinic are glad to schedule you an appointment for you and your pet. That way we can give you the time that you deserve.
Carthage Veterinary Clinic, Highway 16 West in Carthage. Find all our contact info on Facebook or Google.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact our association. Serving you since 1937. An equal opportunity provider and employer.
Boswell Media Sports.
And we beat the clock this time. For the Morris Pharmacy kickoff, Leake has narrowed the deficit. It's just 14-10 now with 4:37 to go in the Welch Forest Products second quarter. 22-yard field goal by Matthew Nowell, providing the 3. The Rebels started at their 32-yard line and got as far as the 4, but the drive stalled out right there. That's a performance therapy reset. 14-10. Mustangs lead the Rebels late second quarter. Here comes Nowell kicking left to right. He sends an end-over-end kick. It'll hit at the 25 and then finally head out of bounds as Coach Morgan and I are waiting for a football to come our way.
Hey, you
Some
better watch.
strong-arm cheerleader.
You better watch.
Oh,
it,
we got one in here.
Oh, they got
We've been
one.
hit.
They are aiming for us.
I've got one. It was out of my reach, though. 1st and 10 Mustangs, but I've got – oh, here comes another one. There's one for you, Coach.
I'm going to throw it back.
I'm keeping mine. I haven't gotten anything at a game this year. Pillow takes over at their own 35 after the illegal procedure penalty on the kickoff. 2 wide receivers to the right. Handoff goes to long right tackle up for a gain of about ahead for about 9 yards. Goes Charlie Robbins for Owen Hitt. Finally gets him down, but a big first down gain of 9+. 2nd and inches.
9-yard gain.
So they're firing cannons. Fireworks have gone off multiple times. They're shooting T-shirts at us now.
Let me tell you, they live large in the Delta. You know that.
Yeah, it's a show tonight.
4-man front for Leake. Dubard looks at it. Takes a snap off to his left, hand straight ahead to Alderman, and he crashes ahead across the logo at midfield into Leake territory at the 48. Gets the yard he needed, plus about 6-7 more for a first down. Kobe Kemp and Tyler Winstead making the tackle. 1st and 10 Mustangs. Clock winding under 3:48 to play in the second quarter. Keeping it around the left side, but in trouble is Dubard. He'll go down right at the line of scrimmage. Donovan read it well, didn't fall for the fake. Kept Dubard in check, no gain.
That looked like another busted play. I don't know. Somebody in the backfield, I think, missed an assignment on that one. Quarterback tried to bail him out.
McDonald, Hitt, Bobo, and Donovan, the front 4 for LA. Marble, Winstead, and Kemp at linebacker. Hand off. Flowers takes a huge hit from Charlie Brantley, but then is able to spin forward to the 41, maybe the 40, and get a big gain on 2nd down and leave him with 2nd and 2 after a gain of 8. Kobe Kemp finally got him to the ground.
You know, Philip, that play took me back 40 or 50 years. I think we had 10 or 11 in the box. They had 10 or 11 in the box, and definitely some contact on both sides.
That's some old school high school football right there. 3rd and 2. Big play for the Rebel defense. Dubard going to keep it left side. Rebels in pursuit, and they're going to keep him from turning the corner, stop him at the 40. No gain on the play. Good job, Marble, Brantley. Also 52, Garrett Joyner in pursuit for LA. 4th and 2.
I think they got another very generous spot. I think it's going to be 4th and 1. No surprise there.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, they just kept moving.
They gave him 3 feet all the way. So call it 4th and 1, and it's hardly even 1. Hand off Alderman. He gets off a hit from Marble in the backfield, but is able to sort of angle himself forward toward the sticks. He's going to be very close. We'll see what the spot looks like. Now it looks like the Rebels got the good spot.
Oh, wow. All right.
And the Rebels turn the Mustangs over on downs with 2:16 to go, and will take over at their own 39. Big play for LA here in the Welch Forest Products second quarter, trailing 14-10.
And 2 minutes and 16 seconds for George Wilcox is nothing. I can't wait to see what he does with this possession.
2 wide receivers to each side. Brantley at his right hip. Play fake, quick throw to the slot man. Heading on the out pattern and slung hard out of bounds is Weaver. Picks up about 7 on the play. In fact, they'll give him a nice spot, even give him 9. He must have tiptoed, kept his toes in bounds to the 48. Pickup of 9, 2nd and 1 for LA. Same formation. Belt high snap. Throw is a little bit low, but caught at the 43-yard line by Nowell. He went sliding like he was on the baseball team sliding into third base and got that ball at the 43. It's a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down. Matthew Nowell has made some plays in this first half. Both sides of the ball, 1st and 10 for Leake. The 42. Throw goes to the outside, right side to Jackson. He tries to get through the grasp of the defender, but gets 4 yards, and then he's put down there. Good job by a much smaller defender, Drake Alderman, wrapping him up, but it's a gain of 6 for L.A. Clock at 1:34 and ticking. Each team has 1 timeout left to use in the half. Two receivers each side. Will Cox drops back, throwing deep. Can he drop it to Nowell? He cannot. Along the 10-yard line, incomplete, just a little too deep. And Pillow had good coverage back there as well. They had 22 Ruben Martinez and also Matthew Ryan Smith in coverage.
Good double move by Jack Harkins, but yeah, like you said, the coverage was pretty good.
Coverage left a very small window to drop that ball into. I'll be interviewing Coach Jason Morgan, who's already here during the Wendy's halftime. 3rd and 4. Quick throw, complete to Jackson, spinning, trying to get loose from the defender. He drags him past the 30 to the 28 before going to the grass. But it's a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic 1st and 10. Clock stops with 1:12 to play in the second.
Getting awfully close to Matthew Nowell field goal range.
From the 28, if you're wondering about that, longest field goal for Nowell this year has been 33 yards. His range probably better than that. Little tunnel screen to Nowell at the 25. He lowers his head, gets to the 20 for a pickup of 8 on first down. Clock will continue to roll under 55 seconds.
Boy, George has been really sharp on this drive. He's getting it done.
Yep, and those throws across to the wide side of the field, not easy throws to make. Bring Harkins in motion, left to right. Throw it to him at the 20. He's got some open field in front of him, on his feet at the 15, the 10, and then he's escorted out of bounds at the 9. They're in the David Barham Insurance red zone. It's 1st and goal for the Rebels. 33 seconds to play. A lot of options here with a timeout. Clock stopped. 1st and goal at the 9. I like that play where they run Harkins in motion left to right, and then he just goes up about 3 to 4 yards and keeps breaking to the sideline, and he was all by himself out there. 4 wide receivers, 1st and goal. There's the tunnel screen complete to Nowell, trying to break past defenders. He gets past 2, heading for the pylon, and he's in. That's 6 for the Rebels with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The Rebels get their first lead. Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting. Bang, how about that? Tiptoeing, dancing, and then straining past the goal line was Nowell.
Well, we simply can't underscore the precision of that last drive. That was really nice by offensive line to give George plenty of time. George, like a surgeon, and great job to the entire receiving corps.
The extra point off the toe of Nowell is up high, and it's good. Leake 17, Pillow 14, back in 60.
Register to win a 70-inch smart TV during the end of summer savings sale at Woodstock Furniture Value Center. Bedrooms plus free mattress $7.98. Living rooms just $6.98. Dining sets only $3.98. And queen mattresses $1.99. Kings $2.99. Plus, it's all backed by our low price and same-day delivery guarantee with no credit needed and no money down. Only at Woodstock Furniture Value Center in Meridian, Philadelphia, and WoodstockValueCenter.com.
Leake County Co-op is ready for deer season.
Okay, guys, I have this problem. Every year, my hunting coveralls seem to get smaller. Am I the only one that has this issue?
No. I think it's the feed we're on. You know, kind of like we feed the deer all that good stuff to make them bigger, just not in the right way.
You're so funny. I'm headed to our Leake County Co-op now to buy new hunting gear and seed for our food plots.
Yep, I was there yesterday, and I got mine.
Leake County Co-op, Highway 16 in Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Leake 17, Pillow 14, 10 seconds to go before halftime, waiting for the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff. I have good news and bad news, Jason. I have good news is that the Wendy's halftime is coming up. The bad news is it's homecoming here in Greenwood.
Oh, no. Oh.
I think most of our viewers and listeners understand what that means. It's going to be a long Wendy's halftime. Little pooch kick to the 31. taken, trying to get around the defender. I mean, a blocker is Alderman, goes past the 35 and upended at the 36. 6 seconds left, and you would think Pillow will not do anything daring here and just take it to halftime. But it was a 61-yard drive. Good mix of run and pass after the Rebel defense got the ball on a turnover on downs. And it was a 9-yard pass from QB1, George Wilcox, to Matthew Nowell, his second touchdown catch of the night. Nowell's extra point gave the Rebels a 3-point lead, a performance therapy reset. Flowers into the open field, 40-45, breaks one tackle, and then finally goes out of bounds not before the clock expires. He got 14 yards on the carry, but that's the last play of the first half. So a back and forth ball game. Leake 17, Pillow 14. It has been exciting, and we expect an exciting second half. We've got the Wendy's halftime coming up and an interview with Coach Jason Morgan. We'll talk about Leake Academy boys basketball. We'll take a look at the scoreboard. We'll talk about the first half of this game. And because it's homecoming here, we'll take our time doing all of those things.
That we will, Philip. That we will.
It will take a little bit of time, but we'll start by letting you hear from our sponsors. So stay with us. 17-14 Rebels lead after 2 quarters. Back in 3 minutes here on Boswell Media Sports.
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic love getting to know you and your pets. In addition to your pet's health care, they offer boarding that will be your fur baby's home away from home. Become a member of the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic family today. Download the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic app or go to centralmississippianimalclinic.com. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, Highway 35, Carthage.
Edinburgh Drugs, right in the heart of Edinburgh. They make convenience a priority for their customers with easy drive-through pickup and free home or business delivery. You can also visit edinburghdrugs.com to shop for gifts and order your refills while you're there. Patient education is very important to owner and pharmacist Cody Coffin. She's happy to explain your medication and how to take them. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care. Edinburgh Drugs, your independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Highway 16, Edinburgh. Total Pain Care's mission has always been to reduce suffering, increase function, and provide a better quality of life for every patient. Dr. Eric Pearson and Dr. CC Martin are committed to treating patients with the highest standard of care. Total Pain Care has full-time clinics in Meridian and Philadelphia, providing a convenient option for Neshoba County and surrounding areas. Total Pain Care, located in the Medical Arts Clinic at Neshoba General Hospital. Here to help you get back to living your best life.
Premier Medical Group, PMG. Your good health is our priority.
Did you know you do not have to drive for specialized care? Premier Medical Group in Kosciuszko partners with specialists in urology, cardiology, neurology, and orthopedics. Have your primary care provider refer you to a PMG specialist today.
Premier Medical Group, PMG. Good health is our priority.
At Wendy's, you don't need a psychic to tell you your hamburger's gonna taste great.
Excuse me?
Because every square hamburger is a sign you're getting the best.
Did someone say sign?
4 corners of hot and juicy fresh beef that make deliciousness its destiny every time.
Hold on. I'm getting fresh beef.
When you want the best hamburger, square's the beef. Choose wisely.
Choose Wendy's, Dave Single. I am a psychic, after all.
Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada.
Boswell Media Sports.
It's the Wendy's halftime from Greenwood, Mississippi. The 4th ever meeting between Leake and Leake leads 17-14 as the teams have gone to the locker room at intermission. Philip Palmertree and Jason Morgan with the headsets on. John Alden Crosby to our right on the action camera in a very spacious and Ethernet signal provided booth in Pillow Academy. They've got an exemplary press box. Anybody who's looking to build a press box, hear that, Leake Academy folks, needs to come check this out. look at the design. I think it's something worth emulating, and that's the opinion of one person who works in that environment week to week. But anyway, we've got Billy Steen, of course, our esteemed studio producer, doing a great job as always, and hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast on Cruisin' 98.3, the Cruisin' 98 mobile app. We've got the Edinburgh Drugs video stream at Kicks96news.com. There's a link to it there under the news stories. It takes you to the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel, and you can watch. And while you're there, if you're watching right now, as you should be, you can click the subscribe box, and you'll be notified every time we go on the air with Leake Academy football or basketball, which is coming up. And I'm going to be talking to Coach Jason Morgan about basketball shortly. But as the Wendy's halftime continues, we're going to have an extended halftime, as I warned you, because it's homecoming at Pillow Academy. And if you're not able to watch, I'll just tell you, those of you listening, the young ladies look beautiful in their formal dresses coming out on the field. And I'm sure you were expecting me to say that, but it's true. But let's take a look at scores first here in this first segment. At halftime, Caledonia beating Kosciuszko 28-13. Kosciuszko struggling in a district game against the Caledonia. They used to be the Confederates. Now they're the Cavaliers, I think. Or, yeah, that sounds right, Cavaliers. But let's now go through some scores. Philadelphia just taking J.Z. George to the woodshed. Not even at halftime yet. It's 41-0 Tornadoes. A few other scores. Lake and Clarkdale are scoreless at the half. We'll kind of concentrate on things around our part of the world. Winona leading Charleston at half 21-6. And still looking, let's see, West Lauderdale and Leake Central in a surprisingly close game over in Carthage. Knights 13, Gators 10 at the intermission. Starkville putting it to Greenwood 35-0 over in Oktibbeha County. Simpson even putting it even more to the Brookhaven Academy Cougars down in Mendenhall, 40-0, Simpson ahead at halftime. Louisville and Houston, a battle of unbeaten teams, but Louisville's was dominant in the first half, 23-6 at the half. Looking at Tupelo leading West Point at the half, 20-7. Tupelo has been surprisingly good this year, and they've got they hadn't beaten West Point many times lately. Another battle of unbeatens, an MHSAA and MAIS ball game. Jackson Prep traveled to West Jones tonight. The Mustangs of West Jones lead 9-6 at halftime. So that's a close one. This one not close. MRA leading East Rankin, the Rebels' opponent next week, 37-0 over in Pelahatchie. Puckett all over Leake County, second quarter, 34-0. Choctaw County with a narrow 15-7 lead over East Webster right before halftime. J.Z. George has scored, but so has Philadelphia. It's 48-6 now, and they're still stumbling toward halftime. Velma Jackson leading Ethel 15-0 over in Atala County in a ball game over there tonight. Union pulling away from Eupora. They've got a 41-14 lead in the second quarter. Newton County shutting out Northeast Lauderdale 21-0 late second quarter. And I'm going to take one quick look and see if we can get somebody to tell us that Copiah Lamar score. And taking one more look at it here, hoping for something. And let's see. Okay, and there's halftime score. Lamar 7, Copiah 0 at halftime. That's a bit of a surprise. That's a look at tonight's scoreboard. And we'll keep an eye on those scores and probably update you a little bit more before this extended Wendy's halftime is over. But we'll take another break, and when we come back, I'll talk to Jason Morgan about Leake Academy basketball. And here on the football field in Greenwood, it's Leake 17, Pillow 14 as Leake Academy football continues.
West Side Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is West Side Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
He's headed to the end zone.
The Junction and Prince Oil Fuel Champions. As you travel to the game, shop and fuel with people who are invested in your community. 60 years of fueling Central Mississippi and champions like Leake Academy. Locations are all over Mississippi: Carthage, Philadelphia, Oxford, Ridgeland, Scuba, Louisville, Newton, and Union. They also do catering.
So be sure to put some Junction in your next function.
It's the Junction and Prince Oil.
Leake County Co-op is ready for deer season.
Okay, guys, I have this problem. Every year my hunting coveralls seem to get smaller. Am I the only one that has this issue?
No. I think it's the feed we're on. You know, kind of like we feed the deer all that good stuff to make them bigger, just not in the right way.
You're so funny. I'm headed to our Leake County Co-op now to buy new hunting gear and seed for our food plots.
Yep, I was there yesterday and I got mine.
Leake County Co-op, Highway 16 in Carthage.
Register to win a 70-inch smart TV during the end of summer savings sale at Woodstock Furniture Value Center. Bedrooms plus free mattress $7.98. Living rooms just $6.98. Dining sets only $3.98. And queen mattresses $1.99. Kings $2.99. Plus, it's all backed by our low price and same-day delivery guarantee with no credit needed and no money down. Only at Woodstock Furniture Value Center in Meridian, Philadelphia, and WoodstockValueCenter.com.
Boswell Media Sports.
Back to the Wendy's halftime. The homecoming queen and king were named while we were away at break. And if you're in Leake County, you're probably in about 3 seconds going to hear the report, boom, from the cannon that was fired over to our right. That was plenty loud. Sound traveling your way right now. And fireworks going off here as well at homecoming. Leake leads Pillow 17-14 at the intermission. And we'll talk now with Jason Morgan, who's sitting in the Gilbert Barham color commentary chair. That it's like a professorship, Jason. It's like an endowed chair, and we appreciate Rosebud General Store in Sebastopol for honoring the beloved late ball coach Gilbert Barham. And remember, everybody, Rebel fans, lean into the radio here for a second. Whose health problems have continued lately, so remember to pray for her. But let's turn things to Coach Morgan and talk for a minute about basketball, because it's here at the end of September, October coming, and basketball is just ahead on the roadway. Coach, talk to us about where things are in the schedule as far as preparation, conditioning, practice for the 2023-24 season.
Well, Philip, to go back to last year, one of the things we noticed, particularly at the end of the year when we played Bayou Academy in the playoffs, obviously Simpson in the playoffs, Mag Heights in the playoffs, Heritage in the playoffs, those teams were very skilled, but they were also very physically powerful. So we put a big point of emphasis this offseason on beefing up and bulking up. We did a lot of that in the spring. We took a little break, did our summer basketball, went to some camps, hosted a camp. But even as we came back to school in August, we've really been hitting the weights hard. Really proud of the kids. I think they've put on a lot of weight in the right places and really have developed their physical strength to go along with everything else we've been trying to develop. So I'll mention that for sure.
Oh, sure, and that's a great tribute to them, because that's that doesn't involve hitting a three-point shot with a big crowd in the gym. It doesn't get you a lot of applause, but it's where you end up, as you say, winning some of those tournament ball games, critical ball games, and because we face some teams that have plenty of size.
Absolutely, yeah. In the district, that's one thing I noticed about our district last year. Before we even got started with district play, I said, man, these teams are bigger than we are. And then when we got to North State, they got bigger, and at the state level, they were huge. So yeah, we've worked, and credit the kids. From our young guys all the way up to this year's senior class, they've really bought in, really worked hard, and they've accomplished a lot this offseason in the weight room.
Every season is a brand new season, because players graduate, some new players move up from the junior high program. Sketch out some of the nucleus of this ball club. What are the guys that you're going to be looking forward to really drive this season?
Well, I guess I'm going to mention X's and O's before I mention kids. We, over the summer, I think the best thing we did, our conversion from defense to offense, just an incredibly small amount of time from rebound to outlet to getting down the floor. Jake Freeney and Matthew Nowell ran point for us last summer, and those guys were tremendous in transition. A number of guys that got out on the wings, a young guy, Gage Warren, Tate Edwards got a lot of experience last year, Trey Clark, Jack Harkins, all those guys did a great job for us in the summer as far as filling the wings and giving us, people to pass the ball down the floor to. Samuel Prince, when you have an offensive talent like Samuel Prince, you could put him at hot dog guy and he would still score, 15, 20, 25 points a game. We have him at a bit of a new spot for us this year, kind of a do-it-all forward. And there were so many possessions last summer where I saw somebody grab a rebound, the ball was outletted to a point guard, passed down the wing, and then Samuel scored at the rim within like 2 seconds of us getting the possession. So I think Rebel fans are in for a real treat this year. I think that fast break attack and that fast-paced offense is fun to watch. We will sub a lot of kids and play a lot of kids so we can sustain that pace. But that, to me, was the funnest and the best thing we did last summer. And this fall, we've just continued to work on that and develop that.
Okay, well, that's exciting. Let's help us get a sense of where things are heading in terms of the schedule as October is upon us, and then November will be here.
Well, you mentioned the month of November. The month of November traditionally is the toughest month of our basketball schedule. We want our football guys to play all the way to the end. And when we get them back, that'll certainly help. But it's a great opportunity for our non-football guys, first off, to get to play. And second of all, like I said, the schedule's just really tough. We play several 6A schools. We play some tough 5A competition. We open up with Capaya November the 2nd. I mean, they were phenomenal last year. They're going to be phenomenal again. So the schedule is very front-loaded. Once we get to the first part of December, I kind of start to think district play. We start district play the first week of December, and after a short Christmas break, we come back and it's district, and more district leading into the playoffs. But I always look at November as kind of a measuring stick month. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got some tough ones the first couple weeks of November.
Think back to 12 months ago, the end of September, 1st of October, as you were working with the team 12 months ago. What's one or two things about this group and about, you could say, the program in general where you say, okay, we've really taken a step forward in this way or in this other way?
Well, one thing is just returning experience. I think I knew a year ago we had a lot of guys who could play, but they just maybe didn't have a ton of varsity experience. We probably had an 11 or a 12-man rotation for most of the year last year. We had a great senior class, by the way. We missed those guys. They were great leaders. They were great workers, and they produced for us all year. But while we featured those seniors, I also had a lot of young guys. Samuel Prince is a 9th grader. We had 3 or 4 10th graders who really contributed for us. So one thing I know coming into this season, I know that experience last year and last summer is really going to help us. So we have a lot of experience and playoff experience coming back. The other thing, sometimes coaches can tell kids things until they're blue in the face, until kids get on the floor and see it for themselves. And I think just the importance of grinding out individual defensive possessions, because I always try to put a big emphasis on defense, but I think early in the year, and I'm gonna circle a loss. We opened district play last year with a tough home loss to Park Place, and I think after that game, it really opened some eyes, particularly of some young kids, and they just kind of looked at me and said, you've been telling us about defense since last June. It's December. Now we believe you. It only took 6 months.
Better late than never. Okay. Well, that's good. Well, the season opens when? You mentioned Capaya out of the chute?
Well, we've got preseason friendlies or preseason scrimmages, but, yeah, the official season will start Thursday, November 2nd at home. Capaya will come and play us. And like I said, we've got some tough ones the first couple weeks in November. And we're working our guys hard. Monday will be our first day of, I guess you can call it official practice. We'll get to work with our non-football guys. And right now that's a good mix of juniors and seniors as well as some junior high guys. But I can't wait. I probably won't sleep much Sunday night. I'm really excited.
All right. Tremendous. All right. Well, We appreciate you taking time to talk to us about Rebel basketball. And, hey, when your team hits the floor at the Joe F. Shepherd Gym and people buy their tickets, sit there, they're going to see a new floor down there as well, aren't they?
Oh, listen, there's been a number of things that have happened as far as developments in and around our gym, and I think the floor looks fantastic. Some of the peripheral stuff, or perimeter stuff, I should say, is being improved also. Hey, before we run out of time, I gotta give a shout-out to our Lady Rebel softball team. They are headed to 5A State tomorrow. We play at 12 o'clock. The way we usually do things, I'm guessing we'll probably play many times tomorrow, and we'll play many different folks, but me and a couple of my kids are headed down. We can't wait to wish the team well, and first pitch, I think, is at 12 o'clock. It'll be a big day tomorrow.
In McGee.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes. I think there are 5 different state tournaments that are all being played at this place all at the same time. It's going to be a big day of softball.
Big
really
day
proud of our
down in
ladies,
Simpson County. Yeah, I was going to mention that in the next segment, but, hey, mention it now. We'll mention it again before we sign off tonight. The Wendy's halftime continues. One more question. It's the standard question and a little recognition to our sponsor. What's the go-to Jason Morgan order at Wendy's?
You know,
I know basketball coaches take their teams to Wendy's.
The spicy chicken sandwich, that is something I go back to again and again and again, and I like it with ketchup. A lot of people like it with something different, but the spicy chicken with ketchup, you can't lose.
All right, you heard Coach Jason Morgan say when he says you can't lose, you can believe him on that. We hope the Rebels are in a can't-lose kind of situation, but they've got a tough second half ahead of them, leading 17-14 in what's been an exciting game against Pillow. We'll take another break and come back with more of the Wendy's halftime from Greenwood as Leake Academy football continues from Boswell Media Sports.
We were celebrating a birthday, so we took the family out to dinner at a steakhouse. You may have known it as Lee's, but now it's a new building with a new name. The same great chef and owner, Artie Reed, and Hometown Prime. My beef filet was cooked perfectly, and we can't wait to go back. Steak, seafood, the best sweet tea, and of course, homemade desserts.
Delicious.
For daily specials and hours, Google Hometown Prime and like them on Facebook. Hometown Prime is ready for you. Highway 21, Sebastopol.
Now, Bob, when we started the Bring Your Kid to Work Day, this wasn't exactly what we had in mind.
I'm sorry, but they're my babies. We're about to go grab lunch and then head to the farm.
Well, where are you headed?
Rosebud General Store, out there in Rosebud on Highway 487 East. Nothing but the best for my babies. They got everything you need for your farming family.
Well, your calf sure is sweet. Does she have a name?
There's the Cow Patty.
Whoa, let me get this straight. You named her Cow Patty?
No, sir. It's what you stepped in.
Ew.
Rosebud General Store, Highway 487 East.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Is this a familiar sound that seems to be never-ending? Money for this, money for that? Don't worry. Eastside Pawn and Gun to the rescue. Take your pawn to them in exchange for the loan you need to help you through unexpected seasons. Confidentiality will always be respected when you do business with Eastside Pawn and Gun. So what are you waiting for? Stop the fretting and get on over there. Eastside Pawn and Gun, Highway 16, Carthage.
Baptist League Rural Health Clinics have a variety of healthcare options with primary care, pediatrics, and women's health. Providing care at 3 locations in Carthage, Walnut Grove, and Madden. Call 601-267-1470 today to schedule your appointment. Extended hours and Saturdays are available at our primary care clinic located in Carthage. Baptist League, making your health care our #1 priority.
Edinburgh Drugs, right in the heart of Edinburgh. They make convenience a priority for their customers with easy drive-through pickup and free home or business delivery. You can also visit edinburghdrugs.com to shop for gifts and order your refills while you're there. Patient education is very important to owner and pharmacist Cody Coffin. She's happy to explain your medication and how to take them. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care. Edinburgh Drugs, your independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Highway 16, Edinburgh.
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic love getting to know you and your pets. In addition to your pet's health care, they offer boarding that will be your fur baby's home away from home. Become a member of the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic family today. Download the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic app or go to centralmississippianimalclinic.com. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, Highway 35, Carthage.
My knee rehab was 100% successful thanks to Performance Therapy. They sat down with me and created a plan to ensure I would achieve my personal rehabilitation goals, and they encouraged me to get the most out of every session. Performance Therapy provided plenty of material for me to continue my rehab in between sessions too. Hopefully I don't have to see them in the future, but if I did, I would definitely choose Performance Therapy again.
For more information, go to performancetherapyms.com. Performance Therapy, Carthage, Philadelphia, and Forest.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-thru and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you. Moore's Pharmacy, Highway 16, Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
That puts a wrap on the Wendy's halftime and gets us to the start of the second half. Leake 17, Pillow 14. Rebels kicking off to the Mustangs. Moore's Pharmacy kickoff. Moving left to right. Matthew Nowell swings his leg. Sends a deep kick down to the 9-yard line. Taken there by Charlie Robbins. Comes to the numbers outside, and Dylan Massey and 26 for the Rebels. Cade McGraw get a hold of him and bring him down before he can reach the 25. Tonight's broadcast powered by Central Electric Power Association. We'll remind Rebel fans that Total Pain Care is the wellness sponsor for Leake Academy Athletics. They've got 7 locations around Central Mississippi. Visit totalpaincare.org. First and 10 from the 24. Leake leading by a field goal. Pillow starting the third quarter. Handoff Alderman breaks through to the 29 for a pickup of 5. Spun down by Tyler Winstead on the play. Runs straight ahead for 5.
Glad Ty stepped in and made the stop. He looked like he was fixing to go to the house.
Rebels have played a 4-man front against this run-heavy attack. McDonald hit Bobo and Donovan. Same play, handoff again, but nothing doing that time. It was Alderman on the carry that time. Got stood up in the middle of the pile by Camden Marble. And I think at the bottom of the pile was hit. Nope, no gain, 3rd and 4. Third quarter of tonight's game is presented by Eastside Pawn and Gun. Shotgun set, 3 running backs alongside Dubard, and he'll toss it forward. Trying to turn the corner, but unable to do so. Tackled for loss back at the 30-yard line is Charlie Robbins.
Really nice job on the left side of the defense. That was a great play, a little gang tackling.
Kemp and McDonald went high and low, respectively, on him. Took him down but at the 30, so that turns up 4th down, 3 and out for Pillow. Opening 2 minutes of the third quarter. Kick from Griswold is going to be very short. Going to hit in Pillow territory and take a Rebel bounce inside the 45-yard line. Outstanding field position for the Rebels to start the third quarter.
Great job by the defense, and yeah, good field position. Let's see what we can do with it.
2 touchdown passes in the first half from QB1 George Wilcox to Matthew Nowell. One covering 63 yards and one covering 9 yards. And Nowell has also booted a field goal. Time has been called with 10:10 to go third quarter as Griswold, the punter, looks like he may have hurt a hamstring or groin or something. He's coming off very slowly.
Yeah, he's hobbled. Ouch. Walking a little bit better now.
Could be cramp the way it's improving as he comes to the sideline.
I hope he hangs in there.
Beautiful night in LaFleur County. 4th meeting ever between the Rebels and Mustangs. Leake starts the third quarter with a pistol set. Wilcox to throw. Throws short left side complete to Jackson at the 38. He's spinning around and then spun down. Much smaller corner out there on him. Clayton Goss held on and wouldn't let go. Held on till help arrived from Tate Dubard at safety. And the Rebels pick up about 7 on first down. Ball right between the 37 and 38. Leake needs the 35 for the first down. Charlie Brantley takes the handoff, goes to the outside, has the first down,
Let's
and
go,
goes
baby.
right up the middle. 20, 10, 5, and that's 6 for the Rebels. Charlie Brantley goes 38 yards right up the middle, and the Rebels expand the lead early third quarter. Just a great run. He planted his leg, went to the outside, and then zigzagged back inside and had nothing but green grass in front of him.
When he put the pedal on the floor, the defense was done. Man, he accelerated so quickly. That was great acceleration.
Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting. The PAT, high snap, pulled down by Martin. Kick is up, away, and good with 9:28 to go third quarter. Leake 24, Pillow 14.
Register to win a 70-inch smart TV during the end of summer savings sale at Woodstock Furniture Value Center. Bedrooms plus free mattress $7.98. Living rooms just $6.98. Dining sets only $3.98. And queen mattresses $1.99. Kings $2.99. Plus, it's all backed by our low price and same-day delivery guarantee with no credit needed and no money down. Only at Woodstock Furniture Value Center in Meridian, Philadelphia, and WoodstockValueCenter.com.
Leake County Co-op is ready for deer season.
Okay, guys, I have this problem. Every year, my hunting coveralls seem to get smaller. Am I the only one that has this issue?
No. I think it's the feed we're on. You know, kind of like we feed the deer all that good stuff to make them bigger, just not in the right way.
You're so funny. I'm headed to our Leake County Co-op now to buy new hunting gear and seed for our food plots.
Yep, I was there yesterday, and I got mine.
Leake County Co-op, Highway 16 in Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
The Moore's Pharmacy kickoff from Matthew Nowell. Low kick, but deep inside the 8-yard line. Mishandled, picked up along the 4. Coming near side is Robbins. Gets around the 15, but it's going to be chased into the sideline, and there's going to be a late hit.
Oh.
It's going to put an extra 15 on it. Cade McGraw lost track of where he was, and it's going to cost the Rebels 15 yards.
We've had a couple of penalties tonight, very untimely. We'll see if we can overcome this one, but yeah, that was tough.
The Rebels went 48 yards on that drive, 38 of them on the legs of Charlie Brantley. Up the middle for the score. It's now 24-14 after the Nowell point after attempt. The Rebels went 48 yards in 4 plays. That's a performance therapy reset. Ball walked up to the 35, and that's where the Mustangs will start. Trailing Leake by 10 points early third quarter. And there's a flag as the ball snapped. Illegal procedure, their preliminary call against Pillow.
It's about time.
They've had some guys take off quarter of a beat early throughout the night, including on their first touchdown. So 1st and 15. Leake 24, Pillow 14. Dubard looks at the four-man Rebel line. 3 linebackers. Play action, going to drop back, throw under pressure, and it's going to be off the hands of 21 Elliott Flowers at midfield. Good coverage there by guess who, Matthew Nowell.
He was the man on the scene.
Couldn't have played that more perfectly. Was with him step for step, turned his head as the ball came down, and wouldn't let him get a clean chance at getting the ball. Got his hands up at just the right time. 2nd and 15. 2 wide receivers right. Power option set in the shotgun. Tall sweep, right side. Looking for running room across the 30 to the 35. Staying on his feet to the 40 and shoved out of bounds along the far side. Good run by Charlie Robbins, who's had a couple of good runs tonight. Kept extending that one out for a good gain. We'll see where they say he went out of bounds. He went out of bounds well before we saw him go out of bounds on the far side. Looks like he's marked out at the 38 or 37-yard line, so 3rd down and 8. Joshua Gray and Tyler Winstead, part of the white jersey Rebel pursuit. So a possession play for Pillow from their 37, 3rd and 8. And there's a whistle as the ball snapped. Hagan Bobo got in the backfield, dragged down Dubard, but the play's blown dead. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 13 now.
Incredible intensity over there by Coach Josh Ray. I can hear him from here.
Haven't seen the signal from the referee yet. He's standing at the 35. Appreciate you watching tonight on the Edinburgh Drugs video stream. If you're aware of somebody watching on Pillow's video stream, tell them to stop that and come to the Basel Media Sports YouTube channel. Enjoy the Leake broadcast. Still waiting to hear. Coach Pickens is all the way past the numbers.
I don't know if the officials know what they're going to call. I don't know.
I've never seen this much discussion of what looked to me like an illegal procedure. And on a no snap, dead ball play. Coach Pickens goes back with his hands lifted up to the air. And it was nothing. No penalty, no nothing.
Okay.
Well, that will not go in the High School Officiating Hall of Fame, I can tell you that. So we'll replay 3rd and 8. Coach Pickens still out there.
Coach Pickens coming out for round 3.
Still talking to the man with a white hat. He's still saying, you throw the flag, you call the penalty. But the Rebels are not going to get the satisfaction they want out of this, no matter what Coach Ray or Coach Pickens has to say about it. 3rd and 8, take 2. After all that, this. And in motion right to left. Rolling out to the left is Dubard. Throws short underneath, complete to Robbins, who gets rocked by Camden Marble. Down to his knee at the 35. Pops back up and got a hit from Owen hit again, but play ends with no gain on the play. That's the thing about that rollout, Jason, is you throw underneath, you're not really far downfield.
Well, I credit our coaching staff there. I think while Coach Pickens was dealing with the official circus, the rest of our coaching staff really kept the kids focused and said, hey, listen, regardless of what happens with this play, we've got to figure out a way to get this stopped, and we did. It was good into the series.
Griswold punts it away under some pressure from Tyler Winstead, and it's a floating kick that hits at the 35 and will sort of pinball around and get down at the 33. Leake will take over there with 8:08 to go in the Eastside Pawn and Gun 3rd quarter. Visitors from Madden lead 24-14.
It's been a really good start to the second half. Good defensive possession, good offensive possession, and yeah, Rebels came out of the locker room hot.
Rebels will be on the road next Friday night in Pelahatchie in a district game against East Rankin. East Rankin was trailing MRA in the 3rd quarter 44-14. last time we looked at the scoreboard. There's a scoreboard available at kicks96news.com all through the night and all through tomorrow morning. You can check on scores from all around the state. 8:08 starting at the 33. Wilcox throws flat left side to Weaver. He's on his feet 40. Again, lowers his head, administers some punishment to the defensive back before he goes down close to the sticks for the first down. Aiden Valente gets credit for the tackle, but he didn't do much but just absorb a blow from Mathen Weaver. Second and about a foot, officially 9 yards. Brantley picking his way forward to the 50, stays on his feet 45, and he puts his shoulder down into the chest of a safety and gets the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down. Gets about 13 yards, maybe four, give him officially 14 down to the 41, another Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
I don't know if that Pilla defense just didn't get their Gatorade or what. They've come out a little sluggish. The Rebels are taking it to them.
Yeah. Brantley at the left hip, quarterback. Quick throw right side. Weaver at the 37. Trying to get to the sideline, slips past the cornerback, and then the safeties come and drive him into the near sideline at the 32-yard line. Pick up a 8, maybe 9 on first down.
More great balance by the Leake offense. I mean, you got to be back on your heels if you're a Pilla defender at this point. So gashing them with the runs up the middle, and a really good job on the edges by a number of receivers.
Gain of 9. The 32-yard line. 2 wide outs left, 1 right. Pistol set with Brantley behind Wilcox. He'll drop back to throw, step away from offender, step up in the pocket, throw it deep left side. Toward the goal line, too deep for an Owl, incomplete. That's a good 2nd and 1 call. You can take the deep shot.
Yeah, George didn't have quite the time he wanted. They got a little pressure. I was glad he got rid of the ball, but yeah.
Bennett Barnes was the defensive lineman who disrupted the timing of the play there, forced Wilcox up into the pocket. 7:13 to go, 3rd and 1 here in the third quarter. Rebels need to get to the 31 to move the chains. Nowell and Weaver split to the left, Jackson to the right. Chandler, the H-back to the right. They're going to throw on 3rd and 1, throw it right into the hands of Weaver at the 29. He goes to the 25, to the 20, inside the 15. About 3 defenders took him down. That's great yards after the catch from Weaver, and it's a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
Gutsy call. I saw Major Chandler over on the right side. Brantley was on his side. I thought, here comes a power run for 1 or 2 yards, and they went to the opposite side of the field. Really nice throw, and once again, Weaver made a man miss.
Chalk it up for 18 yards as Leake moves into the David Barham Insurance red zone. Left hash. Harkins in motion left to right. Going to throw it to him underneath. He's got it at the 15, outside the numbers 10, 5, trying to tiptoe in, but he steps out before he dives on top of the pylon. Goes out at the 5. That's a 9-yard gain on first down.
He's knocked out of bounds by number 3, Charlie Dunn.
Charlie Dunn chased him out of bounds. But good feet, good balance. Just couldn't quite stay off the paint there from Jack Harkins, who's a good basketball player as well.
You know, one of my big questions coming into the game tonight, if we can get Pillow in a situation where they're down by multiple scores and essentially have to throw the football, can they throw the ball? We get a good score here, we might have to see.
They give him the first down, 1st and goal at the 4. Handoff Brantley around the corner. He lowers his head, and he's across the painted line. That's 6 for the Rebels. And Leake is really hitting on all cylinders here in the third. Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting. It's 30-14 with the extra point pending. 2nd touchdown run for Charlie. It's gotten mighty quiet here in the Delta.
You know, I was noticing it's a little quiet over here. At least they hadn't thrown anything else in a while. The cannon hadn't gone off, and the people are pretty quiet.
Here's the extra point. It's up, it's away, and it's good. 6:41 to go. Rebels 31, Mustangs 14.
My knee rehab was 100% successful thanks to Performance Therapy. They sat down with me and created a plan to ensure I would achieve my personal rehabilitation goals, and they encouraged me to get the most out of every session. Performance Therapy provided plenty of material for me to continue my rehab in between sessions too. Hopefully I don't have to see them in the future, but if I did, I would definitely choose Performance Therapy again.
For more information, go to performancetherapyms.com. Performance Therapy, Carthage, Philadelphia, and Forest.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-thru and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you. Moore's Pharmacy, Highway 16, Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Philip Palmertree, Jason Morgan from Greenwood. 31-14, the Rebels have a 17-point advantage and have the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff coming up from Matthew Nowell. 6:41 on the clock. Rebels going left to right. Kick it. Scooped up at the 15. Coming forward with it is Robbins. He makes a man miss at the 25, gets to the 30, then gets stood up by Grayson McDonald, and also Dylan Massey gets pushed back from the 34. Mustangs will start there. The Rebels went 67 yards. Got a 4-yard touchdown run, sweep around the right side. Charlie Brantley with his second TD run of the night. Matthew Nowell's been perfect on point after attempts. The Rebels lead 31-14. That's a Performance Therapy reset. You should visit Performance Therapy. I visited them this week for the first time as a patient, the Gluckstadt location, and they are awesome. I did not get paid to say that. Flag comes out as the ball snapped and handed to Alderman. The play blown dead.
Flag on the play.
Ref from the back threw it, but let's see who he's. Yeah, it's going to be a legal procedure. I was about to say he's in no position to say that the Rebels were offside from where he threw that flag, so it had to be against Pillow. 6.5 minutes to go. Leake is taking control of this ball game.
You know, I've seen several Pillow films this year, and I don't recall this many illegal shifts, illegal procedure, false starts. I don't know. Hadn't seen that from him so far this year.
Got a Lamar Kapaya update coming up. Keeper left side, hard hit right at the 30-yard line, and just squirting up to the 32 is Dubard, but putting the lick on him was Camden Marble. Gain of 3, 2.5 we'll call it. 2, 2nd and 13. 9:38 to go in the third. Lamar 14, Kapaya 0. So Lamar is playing some great football.
Well, they have all year. I mean, if you go back and you look at their season scores, they've played a good schedule, but they've gotten better week by week. That's a ball team on the uptrend for sure.
Safeties cheat down, 2nd and 13. Rolling out to his right is Dubard. Throw under pressure, caught at the 40-yard line. Unable to get past the 40 is the receiver. I think that's the first completed pass. But Marble and Kemp dropped back in coverage and stopped him, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 5. I'll say he did not get progress past the 39, so every bit of 5 yards as we go under 5:25 to play in the third. Third quarter presented by Eastside Pawn and Gun. The right hash. Dubard going to turn, keep it around the left side, get past one defender, gets the first down, gets into Rebel territory before Joshua Gray upends him at about the 48-yard line, and the 3rd down conversion for Pillow moves the chains. They'll say he got as far as the 47. About 15 yards on that run.
That was a good, strong run. He did a good job.
Yeah, very determined run. Mustangs in Pillow territory. Ball at the left hash. 5 minutes to go third quarter. Leake protecting a 17-point lead. Dubar turns, hands it to Alderman, left side, but not much there. He got maybe a foot. Kobe Kemp got in the hole and stopped that Alderman run for no gain.
Yeah, those linebackers were there quickly.
Garrett Joyner checks into the game for Ben Jackson along the defensive front for Leake. Owen Hitt has moved from tackle out to left end. 2nd and 10. Power shotgun set. Handoff Robbins. He's turned inside by Harkins and then finished off at the 45. Gets just 2. McDonald and Kemp made sure he didn't get more than 2.
McDonald is being stingy. Kemp is being stingy. Those guys are playing so tough tonight.
Owen Hitt checks out of the ball game. 3rd down and 8. Pillow does not have the kind of offensive firepower that works well when you're down 3 scores in the second half. Handoff Robbins. He is hit and driven down along the line of scrimmage. Great read and just sniffing it out. Hard hit, driving him into the grass. Kobe Kemp. No gain on 3rd down. And it is go forward on 4th down time at the enemy 45 if you're Pillow with 3:07 clock ticking 3rd quarter.
Hey, one more big play. We're going to have the ball at midfield, a 17-point lead late in the 3rd quarter. You got to love every minute of this.
Wide receiver to each side. Send a man in motion from the backfield. Rolling to the left. Dubard under pressure from Donovan. Throws, and it's incomplete along the 30-yard line. Great coverage from Brantley and in the front and Marble in the back. Pass intended to Elliott Flowers, but they had no chance of getting that one. Turnover on downs, Rebel football. At the 45, excuse me. Leading 31-14 with 2:47 to go in the 3rd. Tonight's broadcast powered by Central Electric Power Association. 17-14 Leake at half, but 2 touchdowns scored in this quarter, and Leake looks poised for more. We'll take the heat time out now with 2:47. We'll be back in 60.
Carthage Veterinary Clinic, how may we help you?
Hey, I have a new puppy and I need to bring her in for vaccinations.
Oh, what's her name?
Ellie.
We're so glad you called for an appointment and look forward to meeting you and Ellie.
This is Dr. Brooke Bobo, and we at Carthage Veterinary Clinic are glad to schedule you an appointment for you and your pet. That way we can give you the time that you deserve.
Carthage Veterinary Clinic, Highway 16 West in Carthage. Find all our contact info on Facebook or Google.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association. Serving you since 1937. An equal opportunity provider and employer.
Boswell Media Sports.
1st and 10 for LA from their own 45. 2:47 to go 3rd quarter. George Wilcox to pass. Lots of time. Throws it up the seam. Right side has Weaver at the 20. He's going to break loose for 6 for the Rebels. 55 yards. QB1 to catch 22. Mathen Weaver and the Rebels have begun a rout.
You know, we talked in the 1st quarter a lot about those one-on-ones and the man coverage. And as the game's gone on, the receivers have continued to get open. George doing a fantastic job of finding them in the right spot. Another lethal score for the Rebs.
Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting. 1 play, 55-yard drive. Now we'll hoping to keep it perfect on the night in extra points. Ben Jackson ready to snap. Seth Martin ready to hold. Kick up, away, but it's going to drift off to the left. No good. 37-14 with 2:39 to go in the 3rd.
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic love getting to know you and your pet. In addition to your pet's health care, they offer boarding that will be your fur baby's home away from home. Become a member of the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic family today. Download the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic app or go to centralmississippianimalclinic.com. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, Highway 35, Carthage.
Total Pain Care's mission has always been to reduce suffering, increase function, and provide a better quality of life for every patient. Dr. Eric Pearson and Dr. C.C. Martin are committed to treating patients with the highest standard of care. Total Pain Care has full-time clinics in Meridian and Philadelphia, providing a convenient option for Neshoba County and surrounding areas. Total Pain Care, located in the Medical Arts Clinic at Neshoba General Hospital. Here to help you get back to living your best life.
Boswell Media Sports.
It's good to say it again for the third time, actually fourth time in this quarter count, in the opening kickoff of the third quarter. A Morris Pharmacy kickoff for Matthew Nowell. This one follows a 55-yard touchdown pass from QB1 to catch 22, Mathen Weaver. One play drive. Extra point was missed. It's 37-14 Rebels. That's a performance therapy reset. End over end kick taken by Robbins at the 15, comes to the near sideline 30, and he's forced out of bounds by Braden Welch as he gets to the 37-yard line. Pillow has not moved the ball much at all. They've picked up one first down in this third quarter, and then that drive ended in a turnover on downs. 2:34 to go in the third. Rebels 37, Mustangs 14.
Well, really, since 5, maybe 6 minutes to go in the second quarter, it's been all red, white, and blue. We've put together some great offensive possessions, and the defense has been very tough.
Yep, Leake took the lead in the final 10 seconds of the quarter off a really nice late drive. Keeper left side, Dubar can't dodge around the tackle of Camden Marble. He picks up a yard to the 38. Got spun around and hit hard in the process. 2nd and 9.
Number 21, McDonald on the tackle.
Pillow huddles up between the 30 and 35 and comes to the line of scrimmage. They had a 14-7 lead the first play of the second quarter, but the Rebels have taken control of the game since. Dubart escapes on the rollout. Donovan nearly had him, and then Camden Marble comes in, puts the shoulder into him at the 44. Pickup of 5, maybe 6 on the play. It'll leave a 3rd and short for the Mustangs.
And in case you aren't watching, Camden Marble's making some friends on the Pillow sideline.
That's right. He had some coaches in his ear and a couple of players barking at him on the near side after that hard but clean hit. 3rd and 3. They put 2 wide receivers tight to the formation left. They hand it off, but burrowing ahead, but short of the first down goes Flowers. He stopped at the 46, and
there
it'll
we
be
go.
4th and 1.
Yeah, good play.
Yeah, Kemp. Donovan stopped that one short. 4th and about 1.5 yards. Caught back to really 4th and 2. The ball just beyond the 45.
Donovan has been a wrecking crew over on the right side of the line. He's not giving any ground on the runs, and the few times Pill has passed, he's put good pressure on the QB in the backfield.
One wide receiver to the left, power to the right. And the Rebels jump offside and will give up the first down. Garrett Joyner comes into the game for Hagen Bobo. 1st down and 10 off the penalty. 1:03 left on the third quarter clock. Officials will walk the ball up just a step past midfield and move the chains for Pillow.
Offsides on the Rebels.
Single wide receiver to the right.
First down, Mustang.
After all that, the chain gang kind of went to sleep on the opposite side. Now they've moved. I formation. Under center is Dubard. Hand off, straight ahead. Nothing doing on the play. Would it surprise you, Jason, if I said John Donovan and Kobe Kemp and Owen Hitt stopped that play?
Great teamwork. The linebackers, they really worked well in tandem tonight.
He fought for just maybe a foot. We'll call it 2nd and 9.
Oh, no. The Pillow cheerleaders are throwing something else, Philip. What is it now?
Oh.
Are those small bags of candy? Well, what are those?
I see some more footballs. And I do see something. Oh, they almost had one come in.
They're going to have to ice their elbows after tonight.
2nd and 9. Dubard fakes, keeps up the middle, gets a nice gain. Tyler Winstead hopped on his back, rode him down at the Rebel 41. Big gain, brings up 3rd and short. That's the final play of the quarter. Leake 37, Pillow 14 after 3.
Dr. Ryan
Baptist
Anderson.
Leake Rural Health Clinics have a variety of healthcare options with primary care, pediatrics, and women's health. Providing care at 3 locations in Carthage, Walnut Grove, and Madden. Call 601-267-1470 today to schedule your appointment. Extended hours and Saturdays are available at our primary care clinic located in Carthage. Baptist Leake, making your health care our #1 priority.
Leake County Co-op is ready for deer season.
Okay, guys, I have this problem. Every year my hunting coveralls seem to get smaller. Am I the only one that has this issue?
No. I think it's the feed we're on. You know, kind of like we feed the deer all that good stuff to make them bigger, just not in the right way.
You're so funny. I'm headed to our Leake County Co-op now to buy new hunting gear and seed for our food plots.
Yep, I was there yesterday and I got mine.
Leake County Co-op, Highway 16 in Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
The teams have swapped sides. We start the 4th quarter. 3rd and 1 for Pillow at the Leake 41. Send a man in motion to the back. They'll toss it to him in that direction. That's Clayton Goss. Now he's going to throw a halfback pass, and they complete it at the 10 to Aiden Valente. Trickeration on 3rd and 1 yields a 41-yard touchdown pass for Pillow. They've scored on the first play of the 2nd quarter, and they've scored on the first play of tonight's 4th quarter, presented by the Neshoba County Co-op. Well, that steady dose of running created that opportunity on the trick play. Simon ready to kick the extra point out of the hold of Dubard. High snap, pulled down, and it's blocked. Camden Marble got the left arm up and blocked it. Keep it at 37-20. We'll be back in 60 as Leake Academy football continues.
Premier Medical Group, PMG. Your good health is our priority.
Did you know you do not have to drive for specialized care? Premier Medical Group in Kosciuszko partners with specialists in urology, cardiology, neurology, and orthopedics. Have your primary care provider refer you to a PMG specialist today.
Premier Medical Group, PMG. Good health is our priority.
Neshoba County Co-op knows that opening day of dove season is one of the most anticipated and popular hunting days of the year. It brings family and friends together. Dove season's one of the first hunting opportunities of fall as the long and hot Mississippi summer ends. Get on over to Neshoba County Co-op today. They've got everything you need to make the big day a huge success. Neshoba County Co-op, 338 Main Street, Philadelphia.
Boswell Media Sports.
Onside kick takes a high bounce. Good job handling it by Major Chandler as he hops up at the 45, gets it, then falls down onto his backside. That's where Leake will take over at their own 45. 11:52 to play in the ball game. Leake 37, Pillow 20. Pillow narrowed the gap with a halfback pass that covered 41 yards for 6. Camden Marble blocked the extra point. That's a performance therapy reset.
Well, you've got to admire Pillow Academy, even though they're down several touchdowns. As my good friend Brad Baker likes to say, they call all 8 plays. You never know what Pillow will call.
Wilcox looking to throw deep. Now steps up, going to run, going to lower his head and get positive yardage to the 49-yard line. He gets 4, maybe 5. He was looking for Weaver deep, but the pocket collapsed around him, and he made some positive yardage. They moved the ball back to the 48, actually. Second and about 5. One receiver left, 3 right. Low snap picked up by Wilcox. He's going to throw it deep again. Looking for Weaver inside the 20. Diving attempt, but comes up short. Trying to gather that in. Aiden Valente covering. 3rd and 5 for LA. We'll remind you that Total Pain Care is the wellness sponsor for Leake Academy Athletics. Check them out at totalpaincare.org. Leake needs to get 5+ for the first down. Pistol set. 2x2 receivers. Ball thrown short. Nice catch out. Hands extended from the body outside the 40 by Nowell. He's tackled immediately, but it's a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic 1st and 10 after gain of 13 on the play.
Nowell with another really nice hitch route. George throwing it so only the receiver could catch it. Nice connection.
Nose of the ball right along the 40-yard line in Mustang territory. Leake in no hurry, leading 37-20. Go under 11 minutes to play. 4 wideouts in the formation. Wilcox looking to throw, but then he's going to be hit by 2 rushers, one coming in on the blitz and sacked back at the 49. I think a holding call is coming up against the Rebels, and Coach Crowder, of course, going to decline it.
Well, we got to keep bragging on that offensive line. This was another rare instance where Pilla got in the backfield. Good job, O-line.
And Caden Chipley checks into the game at running back. We've seen him on special teams tonight after he's been out since getting injured week 1. First, the penalty will be assessed against the Rebels. Or will they take the play? Yeah, they're going to take the play. Sack back to the 49. So 2nd down and 18. The Rebels leading 37-20 early 4th quarter. Wilcox takes a knee-high snap, sets his feet, throws under pressure deep left side. Nowell gathers it in inside the 15. Just a 50-50 ball with Clayton Goss, and number 6 has got Stickum on his hands tonight. He catches it for the big gain. 35 yards and a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic 1st down.
Mama, there goes that man. Thank you, Mark Jackson.
But there's a flag.
Another flag.
This one I think maybe against, no, it's going to be against the Rebels. It's going to be a hold. They're sending a blitzer. They're sending in Bradley Counts, DB, in the last plays. So wipe out the big gain.
Holding on the Rebels.
Another excellent route by Nowell. Another on-point throw by Wilcox.
Ball's taken back into Leake territory. Put down at the 40, between the 42 and 43. 19 plus 8, 2nd and 27.
Watch out, Phillip. The cheerleaders have the bazooka again.
All right, I'm gonna put on a helmet. So it's basically 3rd and slaughter here for Leake. Set back to throw is Wilcox, and he's going to be sacked at the 35. The Rebels are going in the wrong direction. credit Walker Goldberg with the sack.
That was a very good series by the front seven of the Pilla defense. They did a good job of getting pressure on us. They didn't let George get comfortable. And thanks to that penalty, they overcame our big play.
So 3rd and Slaughter now becomes 3rd and Webb, maybe. They're backing up toward the north end zone. And timeout. Carthage Vet Clinic timeout. We'll take it with them.
Neshoba County Co-op knows that opening day of dove season is one of the most anticipated and popular hunting days of the year. It brings family and friends together. Dove season's one of the first hunting opportunities of fall as the long and hot Mississippi summer ends. Get on over to Neshoba County Co-op today. They've got everything you need to make the big day a huge success. Neshoba County Co-op, 338 Main Street, Philadelphia.
He's headed to the end zone.
The Junction and Prince Oil Fuel Champions. As you travel to the game, shop and fuel with people who are invested in your community. 60 years of fueling Central Mississippi and champions like Leake Academy. Locations are all over Mississippi. Carthage, Philadelphia, Oxford, Ridgeland, Scuba, Louisville, Newton, and Union. They also do catering.
So be sure to put some Junction in your next function.
It's the Junction and Prince Oil.
Boswell Media Sports.
3rd and more than you can count on your fingers and toes. And then another sack. Wilcox was rolling out to the right, and again, that blitzing DB, Brantley Counts, chased him down from behind back at the 32. Well, some little fourth quarter juice for Pillow.
Well, I mean, we've still got the comfortable lead, but no, they're getting the fans back in it. They're getting fired up. Our defense needs to come to play here once we kick this thing down the field.
It's officially 4th and 38. Seth Martin stands at the 16-yard line. You do well if you can punt it to the first down line. He punts it. It's going to hit at the 46, bounce inside the 40, roll down to the 35, and that's where Dylan Massey will put his two hands on it. Pillow has 65 yards of real estate in front of them. Leake leads 37-20 with 8:40 left. The fourth quarter presented by the Neshoba County Co-op. Leake led by just a field goal at halftime. Expanded the lead out to 37-14. Pillow got a touchdown on the first play of this fourth quarter. They pushed the Rebels backwards and take over on offense.
Well, I think that third quarter might have been our best quarter of football all season. Every time I talk to Corey Burns, he talks about just how quickly the young guys are maturing, how they're figuring things out, and they figured out a lot of things in the third quarter tonight.
Early movement along this line of scrimmage will send Pillow back 5 yards, 1st and 15. Leake outscores Pillow 20-0 in the third quarter. Quick check of the scoreboard. So Sebastopol leading Mount Olive 30-20 in the fourth quarter. Dubard under pressure escapes from the pocket. And he's hit right at the line of scrimmage outside the numbers. And Camden Marble has really come to play in this second half. He makes the tackle there. No gain, 2nd and 15. They get to the line quickly. Shotgun formation. Dubard throws under pressure way out in front of Flowers, incomplete. Tyler Winstead was step for step with him in coverage. It's 3rd and 15 with 8:10 to go. Louisville blowing out Houston 50-6. West Lauderdale up 40-23 in the fourth quarter on Leake Central. West Jones pulling away from Jackson Prep fourth quarter, leading 21-6. Park Lane and Adams County Christian in a tight one, fourth quarter, 28-26 Pioneers.
Those are two good ball teams. That's a good matchup.
Third down and 15. Dubard to throw. Here comes the pressure. Here comes the throw. And he leaves it just a little bit short. Now they say the ball's caught at the 41-yard line by Wes Griswold. This should have been incomplete. That was right down the line in front of me.
The guy who made that call was standing 15 yards behind the receiver. The guy who had the angle called nothing.
Yeah, he didn't motion incomplete or catch. And there's a flag over by the Rebel sideline. It may be on Coach Pickens. Official coming forward to make the signal. Well, it looked like he was about to signal illegal procedure, and now he stopped himself.
Either way, that football is going backwards.
Okay, yeah, it's being walked back to the 25. Yeah, legal procedure against the Mustangs. So wipe out the gain. Timeout call with 7:31 to play. Leake 37, Pillow 20. We're staying on here with you during the timeout. We'll throw out a few more scores. You can check them for yourself if you like all through the night and tomorrow morning at Kicks96news.com. Choctaw County with a third quarter lead over East Webster, 30-20. A few other games of interest. Newton County blowing out Northeast Lauderdale, third quarter, 35-0. Union on the road at Eupora leading 48-14 in the third. Clarkdale leading Lake 13-6 in the third. Moving it along here. Winston all over Oak Hill up at West Point, 54-14. Patriots in front third quarter. Trying to look for scores close to where we are. 14-0 last score we had middle of the third quarter. Lamar leading Copiah in Meridian. Bay beating Presbyterian Christian at the half, 21-0. And looking, see, Puckett defeats Leake County 41-6. That game's final. West Point comes back and beats Tupelo 21-20.
Oh.
7.5 minutes to go. Dubard to throw. Pass complete at the 30, turning up to the 35, but being stopped and pushed back there is Flowers, the receiver. Good open field tackle by Jack Harkins. It'll be fourth down and 8, maybe 9 for the home team. They're going to have to go for it. Time's not on their side. Tick, tick, tick towards 7 minutes. Fourth and a long 8. Dubard from the shotgun, pump fakes, throws deep. Rebels are back there, intercepted at the 30-yard line by Jack Harkins. He turns upfield, goes out to the right, and dropped at the 33-yard line. INT for Jack Harkins, his first of the year. The Rebels will take over with 6:47 to go, leading 37-20. Dumard threw that one. Jason hoped his guy could get to it and run under it.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of field if the receiver could make that catch, but there were too many Rebels back there for sure where the ball actually ended up. Nice play by Harkins.
And a deep throw like that sort of functions like a punt. The Rebels get flagged at the snap.
Well, Jack's had a good overall game on defense tonight. He's had a lot of tackles. Running backs get through the first and second level, and Jack's stepped up, made some tackles. Nice to see him get a little INT also.
First and 10 becomes first and 15 for the Rebels. Charlie Brantley is the running back. Weaver split wide to the left, Nowell in the slot. Now they'll swap places. Ben Jackson along the numbers out to the right. Major Chandler at H-back. Right side of the line from the pistol formation. Brantley inside handoff. Waits for the crease to develop. Gets up to the 32. He gets almost gets the penalty yardage back, gets 4 out of the 5 yards back, 2nd and 11. Jay Davis has been busy tonight making tackles along with Wynn Harden on that play.
Boy, I just can't say enough about the development of this receiving core over the course of the year. They've just gotten better and better. We have got to be a headache for a lot of defensive coordinators. We spread you out. We've got so many weapons in so many places.
Yep, there's not just one guy you can shut down.
Yeah.
Handoff, Weaver looking for room right side. Comes back in, drops the ball, but I think he got back on it at the 35.
I think he did too.
So he'll end up with a gain of about 3. Leave the Rebels with 3rd and 8. As they avoid disaster, it's the Heat timeout. We'll take it with them with the Rebels up 37-20.
If spending days looking for top dollar for your timber has left you feeling like you're barking up the wrong tree, then I would listen closely. Welch Forest Products in Union does it better than anyone and with the least possible damage to your property. Whether it's management, forestry care, pine plantation, thinning, or site prep, the last number you'll dial is 601-774-8200. They buy land with or without timber too. Call Bo Welch now at Welch Forest Products today. 601-774-8200.
I sure do like my new hunting rifle. I bought it over at Ozark Ag. When I went in, they had such a great selection. Took me a while to make up my mind. I have it sighted in now, and I'm ready for the big bucks. Tomorrow I'm going back over to Ozark Ag and stock up on ammo. While I'm there, I just might check out those deer stands. Hey, honey, I know you're listening. Make sure you shop for me at Ozark Ag. They're on Highway 16 West. Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Leake facing 3rd and 8 with 5:54 to go. Ball at the 35. Wilcox to throw. Blitz coming up the middle, and he has to release it early. Well short of Matthew Nowell, who was open at the 45, but the throw about 2 yards short of him, and Leake will punt.
Number 30, Goss in coverage for the Mustangs.
Seth Martin comes out to punt.
Well, George has really had a sharp second half. That was a rare poor throw for him. I guess we'll kick this one away and turn it over to the defense.
Martin stands at the 20. Matthew Ryan Smith at his 35. High snap.
Ooh.
Kicks away. Good high wobbling kick. Take a nice Rebel bounce inside the 40. And then angle out of bounds at the 37.
Well, we got a flag back here on the 30.
Maybe a hold from where it was thrown. Coach Crowder, I think, he's going to move Leake back, whatever the penalty was, whether it was pre-snap or it was holding. Well, they reset it. Jason Morgan mentioned for everybody again, Rebel softball tomorrow in the state tournament at McGee.
Well, that action is going to be hot from top to bottom. A number of state tournaments are being played at this facility tomorrow. Our girls are going to take on Kapai at 12, and I think all 4 of the 5A games are all being played at 12. And win or lose, I think all 4 of the next games are at 4 p.m. So if you come down to McGee, look for me out in left field. I know our fans will be out supporting us all over the park. And win, lose, or draw, I think we're going to play at 12. I think we play again at 4. Ladies have really had a good last couple of weeks. I'm excited for their opportunity tomorrow.
Here's the punt. It's at about midfield. Takes a nice Rebel bounce. Martin scoops it up. And then he's hit immediately. Smith, the punt returner. Gage Bennett brought him down at the 41. So there's 5 minutes, 13 seconds to play. Leake protecting a 17-point lead on the road in Greenwood. We'll be on the road again next week in Pelahatchie for a district game against East Rankin. I hope the same lady is not at the ticket booth. She did not want to let us in the ball game last year. And I finally said to her, I said, you've got to trust that I say who I am as radio crew, that I'm not part of some scheme to haul radio equipment around to get into high school ball games for free.
Well, I think when you go to ticket taker school, I think that's what they cover the first day is beware that I'm with the media scam. Very popular.
Oh, yeah. I'll give her credit. She was steadfast in principle. I'll say that. I could not present her any kind of evidence that would satisfy her as to let us through. And I finally told her, we're going up to those visitors' bleachers. I told her my name, and I told her if the Pelahatchie Police or the Rankin County Sheriff's Department need to find me, I'd be up there with a headset on. 1st and 10 from the 41 in their own territory. Dubard and company have to pass. He steps up in the pocket, wobbles one right side, but has an open receiver, catches it at the 35. Getting loose with it was Wes Griswold. The play blown dead at the 34.
Well, it's last gasp time for Pilla.
A gain of 25 on the play.
Yeah, if I'm a Leake defensive lineman, I live for this. Just pin your ears back, take off. Pilla had an empty backfield that time, and looks like more of the same on this next play.
3 wide receivers to the wide side, the left, 1 to the right. Rebels will rush 4 on 1st and 10. Here comes Bobo. Here comes hit, and he throwing it away as Dubard into the sideline, incomplete.
Excellent pressure by Bobo. He changed that play single-handedly.
Owen Hitt is slow to get up at the 44. Now he's up with some help from Grayson McDonald. Looks like he's cramping up with the right leg, and Garrett Joyner will come in to replace him. 2nd and 10.
Philip, even though there's 4:55 left in the game, we are not safe from the Pilla cheerleaders. They are heaving more rubber objects in our direction.
I know, they are coming. They're throwing the deep ball late just like Pillow is. 4th quarter presented by the Neshoba County Co-op. 2nd and 10, Mustangs. Dubard to throw. Has time, throws underneath, complete. Griswold's got it, the 26. Loses a couple of yards trying to get away from Tyler Winstead and get upfield. Winstead finally drags him down back at the 29. But they pick just a couple on the play. They pick up 4, 3rd and 6. Dubard on 3rd down. Throwing, going for the home run, right side. Charlie Brantley intercepts it right along the goal line.
Yes,
That's
he
an
did.
Interception and a touchback.
Yeah, he got the feet in and everything. Nice play, Charlie.
Charlie played it like an outfielder, going back on a deep fly ball. Reached out and caught it over his shoulder as he went into the end zone. The Rebels will take over at the 20 after the turnover. 4th quarter interceptions by Harkins and Brantley. Ball put right the center of the playing field at the 20-yard line. Leake 37, Pillow 20 with 4:25 to go. Time to work some clock down. 3 wide receivers in the formation. Handoff Weaver. He's wrapped up before he can turn the corner. Did not get anything on that run. Well defended. Safety Alderman came up and made first contact.
Well, credit Pillow. Several times this quarter they could have hung their head and quit, but they've stayed with it. They've had a couple of opportunities to maybe make it a 2-score game. But like you said, both times the League defense has stepped up and taken it away from them.
Wilcox in the shotgun with Weaver at his left hip. Weaver takes the handoff, nothing to the right, comes back to the left. He'll get stopped at the 21. There's not much out to the outside either. Good job with just sort of hanging on, bulldogging him by Jay Davis. 3rd and 9. I'd like to see Wilcox and company be very mindful of the clock here as the play clock is under 20. Game clock at 3:10 and ticking.
They don't seem to be in a hurry to get to the line of scrimmage, that's for sure.
You know, they can snap this with about 2:50, 2:55 to play in the game. Probably not going to put it in the air here either. They'll just let the play clock run down and call timeout with 2:54 to play. Leake up 37-20.
T&K Farms Wood-Mizer is Mississippi's Wood-Mizer sawmill equipment dealership. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer sells the complete Wood-Mizer equipment line from small personal sawmills to the industrial equipment lineup. T&K Farms stocks parts and has experienced factory-trained service technicians with both in-shop and mobile service available. Farms Wood-Mizer to start your sawmill business today. Credit cards are accepted for all services. Like them on Facebook. T&K Farms Wood-Mizer, just off Highway 25 at 1128 Liberty Road, Louisville, 662-803-4332.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplements. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280 on the north side of the square in Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Rebels line up in a power set on 3rd and 9. Hand it to Brantley. Comes around the left side, gets hit. Taken to the turf at the 23-yard line, and now Pillow will use a timeout with 2:47 to go. The Rebels face 4th down. Tonight's broadcast powered by Central Electric Power Association, and we want you to stay with us for the Woodstock Furniture postgame when the clock hits 0. We'll have a short version tonight since we're on the road and got some miles to travel. And our friends at Pillow unable to provide stat sheets for us at half, so I presume their stat machine is broken. I think it's made by the same people who make the McDonald's soft serve machine. That dig at McDonald's brought to you by Wendy's, I think. But stats we were counting on getting handed to us tonight, not available. But I can tell you this in terms of stats that really count. 3 touchdown passes by sophomore quarterback George Wilcox of 63, 9, and 55 yards and 0 interceptions, and that's such a big part of the story. Seth Martin set back deep to punt, stands at his 9-yard line. Martin at his 40. Excuse me, that's Griswold. Punted away under pressure, low kick, spirals, hits at the 45, but takes a beautiful bounce for the Rebels down to the 41 and gets down there. Great punt. Added up 9, that's 40, it's about 42 yards on that punt.
Should be more desperation time by Pilla. Possibility of some interesting plays in the next couple of minutes.
Yep, might see this is the kind where if you've got a hook and lateral play, you might see that. They scored a touchdown on a halfback pass. Might see some pitchy woo-woo. Who knows? As it is, as Jason Morgan said, desperation time. With 2:36 to go, Leake leading 37-20. Dubard in the shotgun with 1 wide receiver left and 3 to the right. Takes the snap, throws quickly underneath to Griswold, who spins off one defender, then gets hit hard by Kobe Kemp. They give him forward progress near the 44. That's a pickup of just 3 and 2nd and 7. You give up those kind of little dink and dunk throws all night at this point.
Yeah, the receivers they're running routes 2 and 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. They're going to need a little more than that.
Stepping up to throw, Dubard. Pass complete at the 45 in Rebel territory. Tyler Winstead grabs hold of the receiver. That was 21, Elliott Flowers. They get the catch, get the first down. Ball put down at the 36 with 2 minutes to play. Of course, there's no 2-minute warning in high school play. Pillow out of timeouts. 4 receiver set. Dubard looks to his left, now comes over the middle, throws too high for Flowers. McDonald and Harkins were back there in zone coverage. Leake playing 3 deep, and I mean very deep. Keep a ball from getting thrown over their heads, 2nd and 10.
Love Coach Ray's intensity. I mean, this might as well be for a national championship, and he's over there going nuts, man. He's such an intense defensive coordinator.
He is. And Leake wants to call timeout with 1:54 to play.
Well, now we've used all of them.
Now, nobody's taking any timeouts with them. Here's the last update we have on Lamar and Capaya. And let's see, the last score I see, 14-7 Lamar. And there's just a minute left in the game. Colonels have the ball at their own 37. That was from about 3 minutes ago. So Capaya trying to drive in the closing seconds. Down 14-7 if I'm reading the string of tweets correctly.
Well, they are, without a doubt, one of the state's best defensive clubs. Looks like tonight they've struggled to score a little bit, but they bring it on D every week. But I got to watch them score a little bit last week, and they can score too, but maybe they've had a tough night tonight.
Here on the field at Bill Davis Field, it's 37-20. Leake on their way to getting win number 2 of the season. 1:54 to go, 2nd and 10. Mustangs have it at the Leake 36. Pressure coming from the edge. Dubard releases it quickly. Pass caught at the 35 and stopped right there as Flowers. Tyler Winstead on the receiver quickly. Short gain of only about a yard or so.
Great play by Ty. He kept him in bounds, so that clock keeps running.
3rd down and 9. 90 seconds to go. Bad snap. Dubard has to fall down on it on his belly. And Pillow cannot stop the clock. They'll be left with 4th down and about 15, maybe 16. They try to get to the line quickly. The Rebels putting safeties deep. The 25-yard line, which is where they need to get for the 1st down. Dubard will throw it, but got crossed up with his receiver right at the sticks. Incomplete. The Rebels will take over on downs and be able to run out the final minute and 1 second. 61 seconds left in this game before we put it in the books for the red and blue. Well, you can say, as John Carrero used to say, you can put out the fire and put the dogs in the wagon at this point.
It's just 3 weeks in a row. I want to really compliment our offense. I mean, we have put up a ton of points. The receiving core has been great. Great balance in the run game. Line getting it done. And George is George.
Yep. And he's just been really smart with where he's gone with the football. Has not thrown low percentage balls in this game. When he's thrown it deep, he's thrown it out where only his guy can get it. Rebels get in every offensive coordinators. I know it's Corey Burns' favorite formation, the victory formation. Snap and a knee.
Speaking of victories, did you hear the PA guy? You could go home with some mums from the homecoming halftime show. You want a car full of mums?
I'll take mums any way I can get them.
Here we go. Mum's the word. I just hope the cheerleaders don't throw the mums at us.
I was just about to say that. The cheerleaders are holding these big terracotta pots of bombs. I thought they were going to start throwing them. There's the final kneel down. That will tick the clock down to a 37-20 win for Leake over Pillow, and that gets the Woodstock Furniture postgame started. We'll be back with an abbreviated version of that postgame, but Leake Academy football continues on Boswell Media Sports.
We were celebrating a birthday, so we took the family out to dinner at a steakhouse. You may have known it as Lee's, but now it's a new building with a new name. The same great chef and owner, Artie Reed, and Hometown Prime. My beef filet was cooked perfectly, and we can't wait to go back. Steak, seafood, the best sweet tea, and of course, homemade desserts.
Delicious.
For daily specials and hours, Google Hometown Prime and like them on Facebook. Hometown Prime is ready for you. Highway 21, Sebastopol.
Now, Bob, when we started the Bring Your Kid to Work Day, this wasn't exactly what we had in mind.
I'm sorry, but they're my babies. We're about to go grab lunch and then head to the farm.
Well, where are you headed?
Rosebud General Store out there in Rosebud on Highway 487 East. Nothing but the best for my babies. They got everything you need for your farming family.
Well, your calf sure is sweet. Does she have a name?
There's the cow patty.
Whoa, let me get this straight. You named your cow Patty?
No, sir. It's what you stepped in.
Ew.
Rosebud General Store, Highway 487 East.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for supplements. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280 on the north side of the square in Carthage.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Register to win a 70-inch smart TV during the end of summer savings sale at Woodstock Furniture Value Center. Bedrooms plus free mattress $7.98. Living rooms just $6.98. Dining sets only $3.98. And queen mattresses $1.99. Kings $2.99. Plus, it's all backed by our low price and same-day delivery guarantee with no credit needed and no money down. Only at Woodstock Furniture Value Center in Meridian, Philadelphia, and WoodstockValueCenter.com.
Boswell Media Sports.
It's a happy Woodstock postgame from Greenwood. Leake Academy improves to 2-5 on the season with a 37-20 win over Pillow. Give you a recap of this ball game. Teams went back and forth till late in the first quarter. Both teams got a touchdown in the final 2 minutes or so of the first quarter. Tate Dubard took a 3-yard run around right side in the end zone to cap a 59-yard drive, and Simon Kick made it 7-0. But Leake responded quickly, scored in just a little over a minute. Nowell on the receiving end of a 63-yard pass from QB1. And Nowell's kick made it 7-7 after one quarter. First play of the second quarter, though, Pillow retook the lead on a 64-yard run by Flowers, just right up the middle, and outraced the pursuit from the Rebels. It was 14-7. Leake narrowed the gap with 4.5 minutes to play in the quarter with a 22-yard Matthew Nowell field goal. It was 14-10. And Leake went on the critical drive of the game, scored, and took the lead with 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Off a pass from Wilcox to Nowell. They hooked up for the second time from 9 yards out to complete a 61-yard touchdown drive, and it was 17-14, 3-point lead for the Rebels at half. And then the Rebels proceed to outscore the Mustangs 20-0 in the second quarter. Got a Brantley 38-yard run with 9.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. And the Rebels had driven 48 yards in 4 plays. It was 24-14. The Rebels got the ball back, and less than 3 minutes later, Brantley ran it in from 4 yards. Rebels had moved 67 yards with great balance, throwing and running the ball, 31-14 with 6:41 to go in the third. And Leake added one more, got the ball at the 55, and the bomb, 55 yards from Wilcox to catch 22, Mathen Weaver. The kick was missed. It was 37-14 at the end of 3. Pillow scored on the first play of the fourth quarter. Valente on a 41-yard pass from Flowers on a halfback trick play. Camden Marble blocked the extra point. It was 37-20. The Rebels made that stand up, and they improved to 2-5. Same record for Pillow. They're now 2-5. Leake's got East Rankin in a district ball game coming up next week in Pelahatchie. Jason Morgan, some thoughts from you before we wrap up the post game.
Well, a battle I saw coming into the game tonight was the Pillow Russian attack versus the Leake Academy air attack. And, boy, we were too hard to handle tonight. I think you and me both saw some favorable matchups in the first quarter. And while we were kind of getting in the groove, Pillow looked like they were hanging in there. But as the game went on, we exploited the matchups more and more. Some really nice plays through the air. Couple that with a stranglehold the Leake defense put on them in the third quarter, and we really opened things up. It was a great start to the second half.
Yep, good to see this team come out strong out of the locker room in the second half and put a team away. Okay, here are a few finals before we sign off. Lamar beats Capaya tonight 14-7.
They held on, okay.
Held on at the end. Most other games are fourth quarter or have gone final, and we'll just highlight the games in our neck of the woods. Not going to sweep all the way around the state. Winston blowing out Oak Hill 54-14. That one not over yet, but probably will be soon. Looking for a few more that are of interest to us. Puckett blows out Leake County 41-6. Mize 34, Newton 22 in MHSAA action. Union goes to Eupora and wins 54-14. Looking for a few more here. Look, West Lauderdale 47, Leake Central 31. Newton County shuts out Northeast Lauderdale 35-0. Louisville all over Houston 50-6 up in Chickasaw County tonight. And as I mentioned, West Point comes from behind, 2 scores down, and edges Tupelo 21-20 at Tupelo. Looking for that Jackson Prep score and a couple others that are of interest to us. There it is, West Jones over Jackson Prep 21-6. The final, Park Lane beats Adams County Christian 28-26 in a South District 3 heavyweight battle. And MRA, no trouble with East Rankin. They win 51-14. Simpson blows out Brookhaven Academy and Mendenhall 55-12. You can check scores at Kicks96news.com. And we appreciate you checking in with us. Our broadcast tonight presented by on video by Edinburgh Drugs. Join us. We will have video next week. Don't even think about watching the East Rankin live stream. You watch our live stream at the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. And we appreciate everybody. Always appreciate Billy Steen in the studio, our award-winning producer-director, Breck Riley, BMO, Laura, Ashley, Melissa, and Lisa, everybody at the team at Boswell Media. Appreciate John Alden Crosby on the action camera, and special thanks to Jason Morgan for sitting in the Gilbert Barham color commentary chair tonight. It's a comfy chair, isn't it?
Man, this was a blast to do the game. Halftime was fun. Yeah, it was great.
All right, well, glad to have you join us, Jason, and maybe this opportunity will present itself again. We expect to have Scott Hingle back next week, and hope you'll be back as the Rebels face the East Rankin Patriots. And so until we're together again next time, Lord willing, on Friday night, I'm Philip Palmertree signing off from Greenwood, where the Rebels win 37-20. Till we're together again next week, grace and peace. Good night. Go Rebels.